Can you guys hear the rumble of the tea kettle behind me? I'm making tea. It's hot as hell, and I'm making hot tea. That's what we do. That's what we do in these parts. Hello, how are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? We're just vibing out today. Dude, it's so hot. Look, my leggies are out. That almost never happens. I got the jeans shorts on and everything. Dude, in what world? I don't wear shorts. This is like one of the only 2 pairs of shorts I own. I do not wear shorts, period. Hello. Thank you also again to Tomoshi for the gift sub and Julian for 37 months. I appreciate you both. Oh my god. I've been making a more clear plan to not necessarily going full-time, but taking some time off from work. So there will come a day when I do a subathon again, but today's not one of those days. It's a nice shirt, thank you. It's hella wrinkled. I put it on and then I was like, should I steam it before stream? And then I was, no. Hi Lucy, hi August, hi Tomoshi, hi Julian, hi Miracle. Hi Liz. How do I copy paste someone's wardrobe? I think I'm a little bit blessed because these kinds of like button down. Okay, now the wrinkles are starting to bother me. Like the more I look at them, the more annoyed I am. It's just cosplayer brain. Is it linen? Yeah. Well spotted. That's why it's so wrinkly. It gives some personality. Sure, yeah. We'll say it's the wrinkles are on purpose. No, it's actually bothering me enough that I think I'm gonna go change. Let me do this steep first though. Today we are steeping a Longjing red tea, or I guess the Western world would say black tea, but I mean, look at that color, it's red. So this is the tea I told you guys about after I got back from Shanghai, or it was from my Hangzhou trip, but it was my Hangzhou trip out of Shanghai when I got home, and I had the Longjing leaves for you guys, and I was telling you about how Longjing is dragon well. Dragon well is usually processed into green tea, but the farmers I met were processing it into red tea. So this is the very unique, for now still very unique. I think it will become more popularized, but we're hipsters on the trend. So this is a black tea / red tea that's made out of a tea leaf that is usually used for green tea, basically. That's definitely black. My eyesight is good. It is a really nice amber color, I agree. So this is actually, this tea you don't usually steep Gongfu style. You would probably do this more like a Longjing leaf, which you usually just like, what do they call it? Like old man style, where you just get like a big glass and you put some leaves in it and you pour some hot water over it and it just sits there. But I have been experimenting with different steeping methods to see what it tastes like, and I like both of them, so. Okay, the wrinkles are bothering me. I'm gonna go change a shirt. Oh, did I just scare Sapporo? Was I too loud, Sapporo? I'm sorry, she's right here. Hi. Hi. Will you keep chat company while I go change my shirt, Sapporo? She's been napping here. This is her nap spot. Oh, yawn. I don't have a single linen item that doesn't have wrinkles. If you wash it in cold water, then hang it, stretch it, and remove most wrinkles without shrinkage. I mostly just steam it. I just forgot to steam it today. So, not forgot. I forgot is not the right word. The correct phrasing is, it was time to start stream, and I put the shirt on, and then I was like, she's a little wrinkly, and then I decided against doing anything about it. Oh, she's leaving. Bye, Sapporo. Was I too noisy for you? I'm sorry. She's standing in the way right where I need to go. Like, my closet is over there. How dare you not have a cat cam? It's because she doesn't stay put in one place for longer than like 5 seconds. It's not worth setting up a cat cam for her. She's ADHD cat. Okay, give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna change my shirt. It's bothering me. Sapporo, you're in the way. You kicked me yet? Jill, for 1,000 years. If you stay there, I'm gonna pick you up and show you the chat, and you hate that. Okay, she got the memo. She's leaving. Is she? She's not. She's stretching. She is stretching and just sitting. Okay, that's fine. All right, I changed for a similar silhouette, different shirt. This is a little wrinkly too. No, don't think about it. It's fine. Sardar, I don't know how to read your username. Hello, welcome to chat. She's scream. She'll be fine. Anyway, some of you guys already saw what we're doing today. Anyone who's on my private Twitter has already seen a lot of the photos. But back in April, back in late April, I did a shoot, an old Shanghai style shoot in Shanghai. It was actually at the Shanghai Film Park. And I got the photos back, the edits and the raws. And so actually the first thing I wanted to do was show you guys like a comparison between the raw photos they took and the edits they made, because I always really enjoy looking at how like the Chinese sense of aesthetics and beauty gets projected onto my body when they edit my photos. It's just fascinating to me. So I'm gonna show you guys the raws and then we're gonna look at their edits and just kind of like point out what the differences are. And then I'll go do some of my own edits. Okay, here we go. Where the hell? Okay, hold on, give me just a moment. I like messed some of my windows up. Have any of you guys done like studio shoots, by the way? So I didn't realize this, but it's like a pretty uniquely, I guess maybe Chinese thing. Oh, these are the raws, sorry. Let's start with the edits. So let's just page through the edits first and we can take a look at them on their own. And tell me if you guys notice anything. So the way this shoot worked, there were 3 outfits and 3 locations. And so you would do like an outfit and location pair, and then there were 3 sets of those. And most of it was preset. So I could not like, if I chose an outfit, it like came with a set mostly. I could modify that if I wanted to, but they really recommend that you stick to their prescribed menu, I guess, because it made it easier for the photographer because they're like familiar shooting it. They're more comfortable guaranteeing that like the results will be good, basically. So this was the first set, which is like I specifically wanted like an old Shanghai style. We call it Mingguofeng, like a Mingguofeng set. I wanted all 3 of them to be old Shanghai-esque. So that's why all of them are like qipao like cuts with Western stylization on top of it. I really like that fusion feeling, even though obviously it comes from kind of a complicated history for Shanghai, but I find it very flavorful. So that's why I specifically chose it as the style for the shoot. It also recently has become a very popular style in Shanghai because of a show called Fanhua, which is it's a Wong Kar-wai show. I think the English name is Blossoms Shanghai, and it's filmed in Shanghainese, but they have a Mandarin dub. So I haven't watched it yet, but apparently got really popular, and so now everybody wants to do like Mingguofeng shoots. Because I mean, it's not Blossoms isn't exactly a Mingguofeng show, but I think it like evokes a lot of that energy because Wang Jiawei that's his style. So if you look at any of these photos and you're like, damn, this looks like it's like straight out of a Wong Kar-wai film, you're not wrong. Also, the set that we filmed on is actually pretty specifically a Wong Kar-wai set. Like the Shanghai Film Park is where they are filming Blossoms Shanghai, or huge parts of Blossoms Shanghai. There's a whole section of the park that we were not allowed entry into because it's like being sectioned off for filming. So it is not inaccurate to say that we literally shot this on like basically a Wong Kar-wai set, which is very exciting. And I got access into parts of the film set that you usually wouldn't be able to access, but we were like doing a paid shoot. So they got us like licensed to enter certain spaces, which is really exciting. But you guys will see more of that as we page through the photos. Also, thank you, Yuo, for the Prime resub, and Ninjash for the 34-month resub. Thank you for 11 months and 34 months, respectively. I appreciate you both. Was the bag filled or was it empty? It was empty. It was an empty basket. Sarda, I'm glad you're gonna relax. It's gonna be a nice co-working stream. Yeah. So this, oh, did you hear her bell just now? So to tell on myself a little bit, most of the chipaos they gave me were just like a little bit too small on the shoulders and the hips, and then way too big on the waist. And I think what they like intentionally make it like a cylinder because everybody has different measurements. So as long as you can fit into the hips and the shoulders, they can just like sew in the waist. They forgot to do that for me for this shoot. So let me actually pull up the raw for this one so you can see it. Hold on. Where is it? The raw for this one is really funny because you can see how, actually this photo not so much. There were other photos where you could see that the dress was like way too big on the waist for me and it's like empty. Oh, here's an example. Let me open this. Do you see this? I like my waist is actually, I actually am quite proud of it. I have a really teeny waist, but it's just bad. You can tell it's baggy. What is, what is that? Also, look at the cat claw marks on my arm. My whole Shanghai trip, I was like, oh, it's like Sapporo's here with me. Your ADHD will not let you absorb all the information, and that is okay. Anyway, we'll just keep paging through. So this is the first set. It was like on a train. And then I guess the concept is like, this is look at this demure traveler. On her journey, she carries a book and a teacup. Wait, hold on. Let me actually find, the book was so funny. It was, sorry, one second. It was, oh shoot, it should be in my Google photo somewhere. I took a video of it because I was fucking like, they were like, okay, now open the book and like pose with it. And I was like, I think it was like trigonometry or something. I was like, what is this? Yes, just some light reading. Let me find it. Here we are, April. Sapporo is here with me. It's totally sort of the unhinged stuff I'd expect a cat owner to say. Every cat owner ever has truly lost their mind. On her way to uni. No, for real. She's studying really hard. Why is Google Photos not giving me, okay, no, I think I shot past it already. Sorry, just a sec. It's taking me, oh wait, no. I came back from Hangzhou and then we did this shoot. That's why I had mosquito bites all over my legs and I had to like tell the photographer like, hey, sorry, but, okay, one second. Where? Oh, I want to edit this into like mini vlogs later, but I can show you guys for now. Let me get the desktop audio up. And changed, but the hair and makeup is not done yet. Let me show you the studio. So we got hair and makeup over here, changing rooms over here, and a wardrobe. Most of my clips are actually vertical. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. That's my bad. But in the beginning, I was like not sure what kind of a vlog I was gonna film. Behind the scenes, the scars of battle, exactly. Okay, yeah, it was a pretty massive wardrobe. It was a lot. I'm just trying to find this damn book clip. I was losing my fucking mind. It was so funny. Did I not take it like I remember I did? Am I crazy? Oh no, I found it, guys. Here we go. Okay, I'm on the train, doing some light reading. It appears to be linear algebra. It's not linear algebra. I don't know what it is. Oh, statistical inference. The theory of some light reading on my train journey. Statistical inference. I'm doing some light reading on statistical inference. I like how I said the exact same thing. Anyway. Yeah, so that book was on the theory of statistical inference, which I was, of course, casually reading. Maple Glaze, welcome. Hello. I did not take these photos. I was the person in the photos. But I, as also a photographer, wanted to share some of the behind the scenes. Because I find it very interesting how they edit these. This one in particular was so... Okay, so how they do the edits is, at this studio at least, we like did this first shoot and then obviously I had 2 more hair and outfit things and then it's like a whole staff, right? And so as the makeup artist is working on my hair and makeup, the photographer is actually honestly just chillaxing, but they also have an editor and the editor on staff asks us to select a photo to use for edit reference. So while I'm getting my hair and makeup done for the second set, they're in here editing this first photo, and then if I approve it, then they're like, okay, we will use whatever edits we made here as reference for the rest of your edits going forward. So I chose this one, and I gave them no feedback. I was like, great. Keep going. I didn't care because honestly, if they did any edits I didn't like, I was just gonna like edit it myself. So if you want to see them side by side, I actually think it's very interesting how drastic actually their changes were. I don't think I realized how big of a difference was. So obviously color edits, right? Obviously it's greener. But the biggest thing for me is actually, if you look at my jawline, I have a really round jawline on my left side. I know from this camera angle, you can't really see it, but if you're like level with me, like if I tilt it this way, you can kind of see the roundness of it. They completely slimmed my jawline, right? They slimmed my jawline, closed my lips. There's no teeth. I think they made my eyes bigger, I'm pretty sure. Interestingly, as a cosplayer, something I definitely would have done that they didn't do is I would have removed these fuzzies, and they did not. They were like, fuzzy is fine. I think they removed the lines that I have on my neck, and then let me take a look at the, for the figure, I feel like it's pretty obvious that they slimmed it. It's actually no, it's not as obvious as I thought. I thought they would have tried to take my waist in a little bit more because it's like frumpy here, right? Either way, I don't know. I find it so interesting to look at their edits. This is not an edit I'm going to keep. I'm okay with a lot of their edits, but this one is just so like, that doesn't even look like me. Like, who is that? That's not me. So yeah, fuzzy is fine, but God forbid a jawbone. Well, so they had asked me multiple times before I started, which was, actually it's something I ask also when I shoot other people, is like, do I have a preferred side of my face? And I very clearly, like, I prefer my right side. There's a reason my webcam faces so that I'm like facing this way most of the time. I've always been, because I just have a slimmer jawline on this side, and all of my features on the right side of my face are just a little bit higher up, like lifted. My left side is a little rounder and lower. So I told them actually I'm okay with both. But I prefer my right side. And they were like, okay, we like your left side. I was like, what? They were like, yeah, you have like more of a jawline on your left side, which like is a good thing. And I was like, but it's bigger. And they were like, yeah, but that's easy to Photoshop. And I was like, what? So that's, I don't think I'm surprised anymore. But that's how it is. Oh, we're into the second outfit now. So the second outfit was, as you can tell, it's something I want to point out, is that the makeup gets heavier and heavier. So this was actually pretty light makeup. We basically had no eyeshadow. It was just like eyebrows, skin makeup, like really, honestly, mostly pretty light skin makeup, and then some mascara and like a little bit of like pink around the eyes, because it was supposed to look like a really sort of youthful set. So every consecutive outfit after that got more and more heavy makeup. But yeah, the lighting for this is actually really cool. So they had I wonder if I can have a video of this that I can show you guys too. The lighting was, maybe this clip has it. Oh, you can kind of see here. So here's the second set. We were indoors. Okay, so you see this window in the back over here? They set up like a big light on a stand, and it was like a bright yellow, almost like a floodlight looking thing. It was meant to be a key light basically. But I think instead of it ending up being a key light, it ended up being more of like a hazy through the glass ambient light. And then for key lighting, which is the catch lights that you're seeing here on my face or on my neck area, these like bright parts, these are mostly coming off a flashlight that the photographer's assistant has, like a stool. He's like standing on a stool off to the side, and he's like, it's like a really tiny, like this big of a flashlight. He was just like shining this flashlight at my face. It was very interesting because it gave between the two lights, like the really big light from outside the window to emulate sort of a setting sun, and then because it was a really cloudy day, and then the photographer's assistant using just like a tiny little hand torch. The overall effect was like very warm afternoon glow energy. So yeah, I think I agree. This is one of my top 3 as well. The checkers in the background window. Yeah, exactly. I really like the overall color palette of this whole thing. I think it's interesting actually how filthy this glass was. I wish I had gotten it in my vlog clips. I picked up the glass. It was disgusting. Like, I don't know what liquid was in there. It was a real liquid. It wasn't like a jelly or anything. But you can kind of tell from here that the glass itself is like filthy. There was stuff like floating in the liquid. Like, I think there might have been a dead bug or like a stray thread or something. It was disgusting. My mom looked at it and was like, can we clean that out? And then no, they didn't ask me to close my eyes. They told me to look. You can see my eyes are open. They told me to look downward and towards this corner over here. Yeah, no, it was gross. But I actually don't think they edited this one that much. Let me see if I can find the raw really quick. 1 second. Oh, they took my jawline in a bit. To be fair, I think I would have done something pretty similar for this shot. So let's look at them side by side again. I felt like they did a pretty good job editing this one. Like, this is pretty according to my tastes. Like, not to say that I don't slim my jawline when I edit, right? I absolutely do when I feel the need. And this is one of those angles where I feel like for my posture, it feels less tense if I can shrink this area a bit more. So the overall pose feels a little more relaxed. I think it is interesting how they barely touched my waistline. Like this is continuously happening. This one they did remember to sew me up. Yeah, there are more angles. Yes, we can keep looking through the edited ones here. This outfit, this is also one of my favorites, but this one they over edited. So this one I might try to do myself. Let me see if I can show you. Here you go. Here's the unedited version. This is the raw on the right and the edited on the left. Yeah, the main thing is how much they shrink my arms. I think the arm, this photo I'm not okay because of the arm. This last one, I didn't think they overdid it, or did I just not notice? One second. Oh no, they did. They really did. I didn't even notice that. I think they took in this edge, the outer edge. Yeah. The thing is, I don't want to redo a lot of their edits because I think they did a great job with the skin and my face shape. I'm like quite happy with here because I think it's still close enough to like what I actually look like. It's just the arm. What if I just like unliquefied? what if I went in with the liquefy tool and I was like, eh. It's an option. They did. They slightly shrink my waist, very slightly. I think it's, you just take the pinch tool and you go like, just a little bit. And I think they took my shoulder in too, which I also would have done. I'm always, usually most of my liquefy work, I've showed you guys, we've done this before on stream. And I will do I have a lot of cosplay photos I need to edit, so I was gonna do it on stream with you guys. But I like to take in shoulder areas and square the shoulders as much as I can. So the thing that they did here with my shoulder, this squareness, which doesn't exist here, I would have done that too. So yeah, I might honestly just keep this edit, it's fine. I'm not gonna pick that bone with them. Make your arms thick. Give yourself all the muscle. Well, it's much harder to fake muscles. Okay, where is it? Here we go. This one. Notice how the toning on my arms is gone. I personally like this look. They were like, no, we won't even, they might have shrunk it just a little bit. The biggest thing is they got rid of this line. I'm like, I think that looks great. Like, I like my forearms, actually. So this is a photo I think they took a little bit too far. I do approve of most of the other edits, but I think the slimming action is sometimes too dramatic. They took this like under boob area in to accentuate the slimness, which is fine. It is empty here, and this is supposed to hug you if it were a properly tailored garment, but it wasn't. So no, I agree. The main bone I have to pick here is the forearm. Everything else looks fine, to be honest. Okay, we keep going forward. You guys can look at the raws too. Ooh. Do you remember what I said about being proud of my tiny waist? I was not kidding, okay. This is a raw photo. If I have one physical feature I'm proud of, it's my teeny tiny little itty bitty waist. That's just genetically gifted from my mother. My mom also has a teeny tiny little itty bitty waist. Anyway, okay, here's another photo. This one I didn't notice that many edits, to be honest, mostly color. I think they overdid the yellow, so I will probably re-edit this one as well. They like slimmed my arm mostly and left almost everything else close to untouched. I think they made my face a little smaller by taking in the hairline. Yeah, I think that's right. A slight lift on the jaw, slight tuck of the hairline, and the whole face looks a lot smaller. I think my whole head was shrunk a little too. Yeah, I do think so, because the hair is bigger on this one and not as much over here. How does it feel seeing yourself in professional photos? Does it feel like looking at another person? I mean, I'm a cosplayer, so I'm pretty used to that feeling. I think it's the same way how, you know how a lot of people say that they hate listening to themselves talk? Like, as someone who's a streamer, a video editor, a photographer, and a cosplay person, I am so used to seeing myself and hearing myself in a lot of different areas. So the only thing is, like, I specifically wanted to let them loose on the editing to do whatever they wanted because I wanted to see how they would do it versus how I would do it. That's the only thing that's a little uncanny, is they edited this differently than I would have. And so it looks a little different than what I would expect from myself. Yeah. But other than that, nothing too shocking. If anything, I think a lot of these photos I would have been comfortable posting raw. Where is this one? There's so many photos, Jesus. I really liked this one too. I will probably edit this one on my own. I do think the angle makes my face shape look a little wonky, like a bean. Bean shaped. So I would tuck in I have really flat forehead. I would tuck in the hairline here a bit. And maybe, I think I would leave my chin untouched because it overlaps with the back window, so I can't do anything about that. But anyway, the lighting on that one, yeah. Oh, actually, I might like this one better than this one. I guess they can go as a Set. I'm just glad my skin turned out okay. 'Cause I don't know if you can, no, you literally cannot tell in these photos, but my lips were so fucked. Like I was having an allergic reaction to something I had eaten and it had been there for like a week and my lips were like beyond chapped. They were like sandpaper, but you can't tell. Kudos to the makeup artist, I guess, for making that work out. 这是哪一位明星啊? It's just me. Welcome, hello. Something I don't understand is how they didn't think the dirtiness of the glass would be noticeable in the final edits. Well, to be fair, I don't think they were, right? Like, it's not that noticeable. It's not the first thing you're looking at. In fact, it just kind of adds to the like haziness of the whole thing, which is, I think, fine for most people. Yeah, they look glistening, right? Like what? Those don't look like chapped lips. Well, they look a little dry, but like not in an abnormal way, right? Anyway, notice how I didn't choose any of the full body shots because I have really stumpy legs. It's okay. I'm very comfortable with my body nowadays, which is good because I'm approaching 30 and I'm happy I am. But there was a period of time I was not. I actually really like the edits they did on this one. Wait, it's all lighting edits for this. They like barely touch my face. I think they shrunk my head slightly and that's kind of it. But since there's not a lot of arm exposed, it didn't give them room. You know what they did do? Do you see this shadow on my cheekbone? It's gone. They said no cheekbones. They said absolutely the fuck not, no cheekbones allowed in this house. What? Why would they do that? They said no cheekbones, no dimples, by the way. I have a dimple here. There's a dimple and a cheekbone divot and they're gone. They were like, the jawline's fine. We'll lift it a little bit, but the jawline's fine. No. The cheekbone gotta go. But yeah, this one did turn out pretty good. I'm okay with them removing it. My dimple isn't that obvious when I'm not like all out smiling. It's a nice photo, and frankly I'm just lazy and I don't want to re-edit whatever I don't feel strongly about, so I'm not going to. They did a great job with the color edits on this one. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. Okay. Keep going. Ooh, I don't think I asked them to edit any of the floor shots, so I guess I'll ask you guys. Let's page through the floor shots. Tell me if you have any favorites, because I had trouble choosing these. I like the face in the original more. I agree with that. Okay, so these are all pose on the ground, do some floor work. Can you tell not to call myself out more, but can you tell I don't shave my legs? It's so, I don't have a lot, I'm not a very hairy person, so I don't have to, I can get away with it. These mirror ones, I definitely love. I don't know if I'm gonna edit both, is the thing. But I really like how the lighting on this one actually accentuates a lot of my facial features. This is raw, right? Like, this is a photo where I don't think I would even touch much of my face other than maybe removing the eye bag a bit over here. It is otherwise quite perfect. Grace with natural beauty. Well, this is really far from natural beauty. They spent like an hour on my makeup and hair, so I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't call it natural beauty. She looks like she's gonna win an award from the Cannes Film Festival. Yeah, someday, hopefully. Unshaved legs become more common in media. I mean, I don't get to talk because I have barely any hair on my legs. I think if one day we become accepting of women with like really hairy legs, I would love to see that, but I don't get to make that comment because I don't have hair on my legs. As Ying zooming in on their own leg hair on stream was not on my bingo card for 2024. Listen, is it not fascinating? There's not a lot. It's pretty empty. Mostly all you can see is like my dry skin. You can't even make out any hair because it's like so low light. It's all like grain, right? There's not even, you literally like, these are unshaven legs and you can't even tell, which is why I don't get to talk. I don't get to talk when it comes to talking about beauty norms and like hairy legs. I don't have hairy legs, so I can't talk. Can you guys vote for me, by the way? Do you prefer eyes downcast or eyes up or both? Actually, wait, let me run a poll. I'm so glad I have you guys on stream to do this with me because I'm so indecisive. Okay, also, do you guys want me to edit these on, like edit some of the videos I have on stream? We can look through some of them together. They're really bullshit right now, but we can look through some of the clips together and we can edit the mini vlogs together if you want. I've been wanting to edit more of the mini vlogs on stream because I feel like I'm not I keep saying like, oh, I'm just gonna do it like on my own, and then I don't because I have really low motivation for video editing. What was I gonna show you guys? Oh, we were gonna run a poll. You expect me to make decisions? No, I'm gonna make you guys do it. Eyes up, break that fourth wall. Okay, which photo to edit? And the options are eyes down, eyes open, or both. Keep in mind, if you vote both, I will suffer a little bit, but it's okay. I think it's worth it. Okay, let me put the poll over here. So to vote, you put a number in chat. The eyes up one looks so threatening, but in a cool way. Yeah, so actually, are there any twisties in chat? I very specifically was channeling Vil Shinhite. For this second outfit, I put it on, I was like, oh, I'm really feeling myself. And then I thought about, you know, I looked at the set, I like looked at the poses the photographer was putting me in, and I was like, Vil would rock this photo shoot. And I specifically had the, you can see the options on the screen, Mika. 1 is eyes down, 2 is eyes open, 3 is both. But what was I thinking? Oh yeah, so it was right around this time that like the card with Vil's, like his whole like deep V-neck, like open, you know, I forget what it's called. The event hasn't released in English yet. You know what I'm talking about? The Vil card with the chest out. I was like, I'm channeling specifically that card art. The actual photos. Oh, okay. So this is eyes open. This is eyes closed. I think I also prefer eyes open, but also there's a special flavor to seeing the two of them together. A little bit indecisive, but it's okay. You see the Vil? You see the Vil in my Yenshen. How do you say that in English? In my aura is the closest I can do. Okay, anyway. There are more floor shots. There are more mirror shots. I don't know if any of these I like enough to, other than the mirror shots. This one's pretty good, actually. It feels very natural. Okay, it looks like you guys are voting for eyes open, which I appreciate. So I'll edit that first, and then if I feel up to it, I'll edit the other one also. I love Vil's last name literally being the word, yeah, literally his name is Evil Beauty. Truly on the nose. I think my thing is I really don't like shots that look overly posed. So that's why most of the floor shots are like, because this is clearly just like, paint me like one of your French girls. And I'm not about that. So this one too, right? This one feels a little more natural. This one too. I think that's why I like them more. And these, I mean, they're posed, but there's something communicative about them. So I like them. Yeah. Thanks for helping me decide, by the way. Benny Bon Bon, thank you for 22 months. I appreciate it. Paint me like chokes. What? What if you edit a mirror shot but the mirror reflection is different? Oh, hold on. Let me see if it's doable. I think in this one, it's not clear enough, the difference in facial expression. Also, can we take a moment to make fun of my side profile? Bro, that's a straight line. Every time I see my side profile in a photo, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Here, wait, let me see if I can. Wait, can you guys see it? Girl got cheekbones, but you cannot tell from this angle. Oh, it's so fucking funny. Why does it look like that? I think it's because I have a really protruding chin and a really protruding forehead and a really flat nose. And so those three factors make it a straight line. It's especially funny to see right next to it, like this beautifully angular structure. To think that this face could result in a side profile that looks like this is ridiculous to me. God had to nerf me somewhere. Yay, Ellis! Exactly, like a vertical pipe. The eyebrows do not go forward. Straightness during queer month, unacceptable. Anyway, I think part of celebrating our bodies is being very comfortable, making fun of the parts of it that are very silly. So, love this. Ready to mock this anytime. I don't know. Maybe I will tuck my forehead a little bit in the edit. We'll see how it feels. I don't know if I can get it to look natural, but we'll give it a shot. If you gotta be nerfed anywhere, side profile is one of the kindest places to get nerfed. You're very right. You're very right. I got nerfed on side profile and leg length. Rascal Christy, hello. Welcome. At least you got a gorgeous front view and a quarter angle view. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh my god, ridiculous. Anyway, all of this light is flashlight. Flashlight on face. Let's continue looking at the edits also. I want to do more side-by-side comparisons. So, can I find this stare shot, do you think? This one. I think this was mostly skin smoothing. Very minor face edits. My neck is a little thinner. Shoulders lowered on this side. I would have done the same thing. And then, of course, arms thinned. They love thinning those arms. I genuinely don't think I would have minorly thinned the arms, but not to the degree that they did it. Also, if you're curious about what it looked like sewn up on the back, this is what it was. So the makeup artist basically did a really interesting, like a corset stitch. It was like baggy, empty. I don't know if I have a video of it, but it was really, really empty on the back. And so she took a white thread and she did like a, if anyone's sewn before, I think you would know. So imagine like this flat piece of fabric, right? Stitch here, crossover, stitch here, crossover, stitch here, crossover, stitch here, and then like back up. Or like from both sides. And then she basically knotted it at the bottom and like cinched it like it was a corset. And I had never considered doing that to take in a waist, like on the fly, right? For a temporary take-in. It's actually really cool. Yeah, the makeup artist did it. She sewed me in for this dress. And then the first one, she didn't realize it needed to be taken in and I didn't say anything. And then for the third one, you guys will see the third outfit pretty soon. It didn't need it. The dress was too small on me overall, and so you couldn't tell anything on the waist. Yeah. I know the arms do look uncanny valley, right? But it's also like, it's the kind of thing where I don't think you would have noticed it unless I pointed it out and showed you the original. The one thing that I do think is uncanny is you notice how like this sleeve is just a little tight on me on the back. And so it's like doing the fat lump thing where if something like presses in, it makes like a lump, right? There's a bit of a lump here and they didn't unlump it. So they literally were just like speed editing and like shrank it and then moved on. They didn't like think about what was realistic. So I mean, either way, I think this is a photo I would edit myself and maybe we can compare. Here, let me make a list of like photos I want to re-edit myself and photos I want to edit even though they didn't. And also to make it clear, out of the raws that they took, so they sent me, let me just count. 176 raw photos. They're not actually raw, they're just like unedited JPEGs. So 176 unedited JPEG photos. They had me choose 16, and so I tried to choose like 5-ish from each set plus an extra. And then they edited 16 and like sent me the rest unedited, so I can do whatever I want with it. That's like part of the agreement. Yeah, no, the makeup artist did hair, makeup, and was cinching my waist. So this girl was so cool. She was only like 23. It was crazy. She was walking us in. She like was the person who picked us up from the front gate. And I just distinctly remember thinking like, wow, she's so mature, but she's so youthful. Like I wonder how old she is. So in China, it's like very common to just ask people how old they are. Or like, you would just be like, 你是几几年的? Which literally translates to which year were you born in? Like which year were you born in? So like, in my case, I'm a 95 baby, right? I would say like, oh, 我是95年的. I was born in 95. So it's, we just straight up asked her. And I think she said she was like 99, which is the same as her brother. And my mom and I were both like, shit, we're old. Anyway, I hate trying to edit JPEGs. You know, I used to feel the same way, but I used to also only shoot RAWs on Canon. And then when I switched to Fuji, okay. Oh my God, mini story time. The first wedding I was ever main shooter at, I had reset my camera settings right before the wedding, or like during the preparation shots for the wedding, because they were doing hair and makeup and I was taking photos there, and my camera was starting to be a little strange, so I just reset all the settings and I was going in there like resetting everything again, and I missed the one setting where apparently if you go back to factory default it sets to JPEGs. So I shot an entire wedding in JPEG. Not only that, the groom is a photographer. And I forgot that he followed me on Instagram. And I went on Instagram and I was like, holy shit, guys, I accidentally shot the whole wedding in JPEG. And the groom saw it. Like, I definitely could have gotten away with it because Fuji JPEGs are, that's how I learned that Fuji JPEGs are really high quality. But the groom was like, eyes emoji. I was just like, oh, don't worry. It'll be fine. Anyway, for anyone here who like doesn't go here and doesn't shoot, who doesn't do photography, doesn't know what we're talking about, raw photos are a much more uncompressed file format, where you get a lot more information on lighting and details basically like embedded in the photo that you can like tease out the details from the shadows, for example, when you are editing. In a JPEG, it's a lot more compressed. The color profile is also a lot more restricted. And so there's a lot less you can do in editing. However, as I was just saying, I find that Fuji JPEGs actually retain a lot of the integrity that you need in editing. It's not, you know, I'm not shooting for a billboard, right? I'm shooting for Instagram. It'll be fine. So I have gotten away with shooting JPEG ever since that wedding. Like ever since I edited that wedding, I was like, shit, why would I ever shoot in RAW if Fuji JPEGs are this good, you know? So nowadays, nobody even knows. To the point where I'll like show someone a photo I'm really proud of, like a fellow photographer, and then they'll like praise my edit or whatever, and they'll be like, wow, you really like brought the details out of the shadows really well. And I was like, yeah, it was in JPEG. And then they're like, so long story short, shoot Fuji and shoot in JPEG. Yeah, it's just a wedding, no big deal. I swear the wedding turned out great. The photos were beautiful. You would not be able to know I shot the whole thing in JPEG. There's no way. I challenge you to find any artifacts that give it away like that. Okay, anyway, we're super far off topic. We started with like the corset stitch and we ended up here. What happened? Oh, the other thing, they made this lip really red and I actually preferred the kind of darker red lip on this one. Let me write down the file number for this one. What is this? 551A6665. So re-edit this one. And I think we said earlier there's another one I wanted to re-edit. Did they make my eyes more sparkly or did it actually catch in the catch lights like that? Holy shit! Wait, that's pretty bomb actually. That's pretty cool. They can always remarry if they're unhappy with the pictures. I like the way you think. Anyway. Damn, wait, hold on. This is a raw photo? Yo, this really demonstrates the importance of good lighting. And it was just a hand torch. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I was gonna write some file names down. Okay. That one I wanted to re-edit. This one I said was pretty solid. This one is fine except for the arms, which I can just unedit. Same goes for this. Well, this is harder to unedit. This one we'll see. This one we'll see. I do want to re-edit this one because I think it'll be pretty telling. This will be a really obvious exercise in like, look how they edited me versus look how I edited me. So 551A6573, re-edit. And to be clear, I'm not like shitting on their work, by the way, right? Like I actually think it's totally up to their, like they handled this very professionally. They did a test edit for me. They asked me like, is this okay? Can we follow this as the model? If I had any problems with how they edited me here, if I was like, don't slim my arms that much, don't take my shoulders that much, don't overdo my jawline that much, they would have respected that, right? They could have edited it. I was just on a mission to see like if I left it up to them, what these Chinese aesthetic beauty standards would translate to. There's a reason it's like not according to my liking. And it's because like, first of all, I'm equipped to edit this myself, so I wasn't worried about that. And second of all, like I literally asked them to edit it like this. So I just want to make it really clear I'm not like trying to shit on their work. I actually think they obviously did a great job. So quick disclaimer. Ichi, happy 5 months! I am having a really good weekend so far. I think it's been really vibing. I had book club in the morning. Now we're doing some photo critiques together. Glamorous photos, thank you. Thank you for 5 months. I hope you're enjoying yourself. How long did the session last? Good question. I think we went in at 1:30 p.m. I think that's right. And they specifically, because so there's 外景 and 内景. How do you say that in English? Outdoor shots and indoor shots. That was not even hard to translate. My brain fart. So the train shots, even though they're in the train, are considered outdoor shots because the only way to get the light through the windows the way they are, you have to do it in the daytime. So they specifically had like daytime outdoor shots and then like nighttime outdoor shots. And then indoor shots are, it doesn't matter what time because they'll just set up the lighting. So they had me arrive earlier just so we could get these in while the light was still really good. It was a cloudy day, so it was gonna get darker earlier. Yeah. I came from the link posted in the PhotoFam Discord and I just read Shanghai and I thought, oh, what's PhotoFam Discord? Photographer from Shanghai. Oh, I mean, I am like ethnically Shanghainese, but we did the shoot in Shanghai. That's all it is. That's what I meant by Shanghai shoot. I guess, would my mom count as a Shanghainese photographer? Probably more than me. Multilingual life is basically just doubling braining constantly. I guess I know. Sometimes your brain gets stuck on certain words in a certain language and you like can't translate it on the fly. But anyway, yeah, I know the tornado hairstyle. So when they actually showed me it's doing it again. 样片 samples. When they sent me the sample shots to choose my outfits and sets, I hadn't noticed that this outfit included these like ringlet curls in the back. I thought it was just like a tight bun because the way they had edited the photos in the sample shots, it was like this, right? So the hair was really dark in the back and it like blended into the train background. So I just genuinely, when I was looking at the Yangping, I didn't notice that there were ringlet curls in it. And then when we were getting our hair and makeup done and the makeup artist shows up and she's like holding the curls in her hands and she's like clipping it into my head, my mom and I were both like, whoa, what the hell are those? And she has to pull up the photo and zoom in on it and be like, see, this is what you guys chose. And we were like, oh, can I not do that? And they were very flexible. You know, she was like, I mean, you can, but this is like how the outfit is designed. And she was doing a lot of tailoring around like what accessories she was choosing for me, like which earrings to use or which hair things to do because it would suit my face shape better or not. She changed up the earrings a lot for me actually because I have a really thick and long neck. And she specifically said, like, I think the ringlet curls are cute. It's what really makes this outfit the specific thing it is, which I found out later. This outfit is an imitation of like is anyone here more Chinese than me and like knows the answer to this? There's an actress, 姓杨的吗？是吗？好像是。There's an actress, there's a film where this actress's character wore this exact outfit. Complete with like the hat and I think the curls and everything. So this is actually kind of a cosplay. And so people explicitly asked to be modeled after this character in this famous movie because they just like this look. And that's where this comes from, which is also why she was like, I would encourage you to keep the look because that's like, it's more sort of true to its origins, right? Anyway, PhotoFam Discord is just a Discord full of photographers. We have a section where we can share fellow photographers streaming. Oh, that's great. I will do a proper photo edit stream later on. But since I do mostly cosplay photography, I will be editing in this stream also, but I'm not doing photography. Has anyone done a photography stream, like an IRL live shooting stream? That would be really fun. Thanks to whoever shared me in that Discord. So much effort goes into this. Really well done. Lots of praise to everyone involved. Thank you. Yeah, no, I agree. I was really impressed with their professionalism. I actually, I will add the disclaimer. I think if you want to do a shoot like this, you should be a Chinese speaker. It would be really hard to book with them without knowing Chinese. But let me see if I can find their C-Trip website in case you want to. So it would be easier rather than C-Trip to go to their Xiaohongshu. I can't find it. They're called Jetlag Studio. I have their Xiaohongshu link and also their C-Trip link though. I tweeted it to someone because they asked. So let me find that just in case anyone. Does it get overwhelming? Wait, what do you mean? Like the streaming? Mostly just photo editing on stream. I always wanted to stream a shoot. I know I've been like meaning to finesse my IRL stream setup a little more just so I can stream a shoot because I think that would be really fun. But you'd really have to find a model who's like okay with that. Not everyone is, especially in the cosplay sphere. Like a lot of the people I work with, especially the Chinese cosplayers I work with, like not to stereotype, but this is a trend I've noticed, is that they're a lot more protective of their image, which is not a bad thing. It's just how they operate. And so they are usually not okay with like unedited photos or videos of themselves out there. Which, you know, I understand, but it does make it harder for me because I like to, you can tell I'm very transparent when it comes to photography and especially cosplay photography and cosplay editing because I think a lot of it is like Photoshop magic. And I want to, you know, just make it really clear to people what you see is not usually literally what exists. Oh, I just blammed us into the next outfit. Hold on. Holy shit, I just went on Twitter and there's like, I just saw something I didn't expect to see. It's okay. Let me see. I think someone added me, so maybe it's in my mentions. Found it. Okay, so here's the 小红书 link. Shit, that's not what I wanted. Copy link address. Here's the 小红书 link. Sorry, it's a Twitter link because it's through Twitter. And then this is their trip.com. Johan, hello! Thank you! I'm very happy with these photos. All right, so that's the 小红书 link. I'm just labeling it. And then this is the C-Trip, nowadays known as trip.com. Jet lag image. So you can see actually in their preview images, the same outfit being worn in a different, slightly different context. Of course, they had daylight. They had much better lighting actually than we did. But this person is a lot slimmer, a lot taller and skinnier than me, and it shows. Actually, I think probably shorter and skinnier than me is more accurate. I would have preferred a hairdo like this personally, but this is their trip.com site. So you can see all the kinds of shoots they did. This is actually the same dress as the one I'm wearing in the third set. You guys will see in just a moment. And you can see that they like specialize in this style. So there's a reason I chose this studio in particular, because I just really liked it was like specifically their style that I was looking for. Anyway, is there a shooting experience you didn't like as a photographer or as a model? So those are two very different considerations. In terms of these like professional shoots you get done in China, which is like a really common thing actually, I've had plenty of shoots I didn't like. There was the first one I ever did. I showed you guys on stream a few streams back. If anyone here was, I'm pretty sure a lot of you were here for that. A few streams back, I showed you guys photos that I took when I was 14, I think. Yes, I did one when I was 14 and then one when I was 16. And the 14 one, Johan! Weren't you just here? What's going on? Let's go, lesbians, let's go! Johan's raid message always gets me. Hello, you were playing art. How was your art stream, Johan? Surprise! Always good to see you guys. How's everyone doing? An introduction, if you haven't met me before, nice to meet you. My name's Ying. I'm a variety streamer. Used to be actually pretty frequently a VTuber. Nowadays, not so much. Although we did do a VTuber stream less than a month ago. Anyway, good to see you guys. What were you drawing? If you guys don't know, also, I'm a Johan super fan, and you guys should join me in pressuring him to do more like fully mixed and produced covers, because I would loop those all day, every day. Alternatively, you can join me in pressuring him to sing a duet with me, which I would die for. Not to put anyone on the spot. I'm not looking at the camera, because then it's like, you know, not real. This is totally said in jest, therefore nobody feels any pressure to behave any certain way. I'm just saying that in my ideal world, I would get to sing a duet with Johan, no pressure or anything. If you guys have not heard Johan sing, by the way, you should. He will post voice tweets on his Twitter. I was about to say once in a while, but I think you go through like little bursts of it. Always a treat. I fucking love them. Please keep them coming. Holy shit. Welcome, Raiders. Again, hope you had a good stream. Okay, you're gushing about Octopath, some other games. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I always love gushing about Octopath. I'm in solidarity with you. What's the noise? It's my tea kettle. Sorry, I should have warned you. Here, let's all listen to the tea kettle for a moment. So soothing. I just wanted to top up my tea. I love that Johan has an emote for this. What's the name? What's it called? Red bean hair tuck. Okay, I love it. I love it. Oh, lovely. Enjoy. Thank you. I am certainly enjoying. Okay, shall we continue? I think I gave you guys a blast of a peek just now. Boom. This was the third outfit. So, oh, actually, before we do this, there is actually a story associated with, so Remember how the last outfit, I was telling you guys how this one is like, it's modeled after a specific role in a specific movie and it looks like a specific way because it's basically a cosplay. This, it was similar. This one is not explicitly a cosplay, but it's similar in that they modeled this set after a specific character, and the way they styled me, actually, the artist was talking about it while she worked on me. She specifically said that this is modeled after a character in Blossom's Shanghai. There's a like Blossom Shanghai is kind of a harem show, I guess, in the sense that like it's like one male lead and then like I think 3 love interests, who I believe are all women. Again, I haven't watched it yet, but this is how it was told to me. And one of the love interests that he has a lot of tension with is this like really sultry, sexy lady with like fat lips. Like she is like, especially for a Chinese woman, like thick lips. And her actress has done interviews where she said that, oh, I used to like really hate my lips, but after this role, and I realized how much it was like an important factor in this very sultry, seductive portrayal of a character, she realized that it was a very unique feature that she could embrace, which I found very moving. But they like the makeup artist and my mom were telling me about it while they did my hair and makeup. So I was thinking about that the whole time that we were doing this set of photos. This lady she's kind of like an information broker. She's a keeper of secrets. She's an informant, right? My mom was like, she's kind of like a spy. So again, I haven't watched Blossoms yet, but that's how she was portrayed to me. And so that's what I was thinking about during the shoot. Sajef, hello, good to see you. Hello. Immediately hits my teeth on the tea glass. Very inelegantly. Anyway, so that's the story behind this one. So it's not explicitly a cosplay, but it is modeled after that character's hairstyle in Blossom Shanghai. And they also overlined my lips a bit and plumped them a little just to accentuate that feature, I guess, because it was like, this set is inspired by that character. Okay, let's look at the third one, which also has a story. So this set, let me pull up the raw so you guys can look at it. 1 second. Where is it? Where is it? Holy shit. Why are we this far in and I still haven't... Ooh, hold on. Good booty pop. Where is this photo? Ah! Sorry. Took me a moment. Sajef, thank you. I'm really happy with these photos. I'm very happy with how they turned out. For those of you just joining us, we're doing a quick edit comparison stream. These are the photos edited by the studio that took these photos. And so they're based in China. They have a very Chinese sense of beauty and aesthetics. And so I was curious how they would edit my face and my body. And so we're just taking a look at how their edits might differ from mine. I'm going to choose a few of these and edit them myself. And then we'll do some compare and contrast also on like how I would have edited versus how they do it. I just think it's really interesting to compare. I've always found the question of like how, I don't know, I guess how beauty standards translate across cultures to be a very interesting consideration. Okay, anyway, the story for this one is this set that we're on is specifically emulating a theater in, it's a theater with a lot of history in Shanghai, in particular during the like maybe the 90s era, 80s and 90s era Shanghai. It's a theater, and also, of course, from Jazz Age Shanghai and old spheres of influence Shanghai. It's called let me make sure I get it right. It's called the Paramount Theater. That's the same Paramount that we know as Americans. And my mom is actually family friend. They're like old friends. My mom is old friends with the daughter of the like China branch owner of Paramount Shanghai. I don't really know how the scoping works there, but she was the like the little heiress of the Shanghai Paramount company, which is very interesting because now I'm only like 2 degrees removed. But this set is emulating the old Paramount Theater, or the old Paramount Ballroom is another way that people refer to it. It was a venue in old Shanghai for like a lot of parties and events and balls, jazz lounge style energy. So that's what this is. And so it's iconic to the point where if you show this photo to any person from Shanghai, they're like, oh, that's Bailemen, which is how they say Paramount. They're like, oh, sure, Bailemen. So my mom was, the moment I showed her the studio that I had chosen, she was like, holy shit, you have to get the Paramount photos. Like, you have to get the Bailemen photos. It does not get more iconic to old Shanghai than this. So that's the story of the set that we're on. Hatamisu, yes, this hairstyle is called finger waves. It's a jazz era thing that got kind of, I guess, imported to Shanghai. So it was very popular during Shanghai's parallel, I guess, for the Jazz Age. There are art forms dedicated to guessing and portraying what one believes to be the general population's liking, and it differs so much based on one's own psychology. Yeah, it's when I was studying game theory in college, we call it the beauty competition, right? The beauty competition is not about who you think is most beautiful. The beauty competition is about voting for the person that you think everyone else thinks is the most beautiful, which is a very interesting way to think about standards and expectations. But when I edit my own photos, I'm only thinking about whether I like it or not, which of course is tangled up in all these thoughts about how I am perceived and how others perceive me. But over the years of doing cosplay and stuff like that, I just think I've gotten pretty good at disentangling what I want to see for myself versus what I think others expect, and like not really thinking about what others expect as much. So anyway, yes, these were taken in Shanghai at the Shanghai Film Park. We had access to spaces that you would, sorry, I know I've been clicking my pen this whole time. I'm sorry, it's the ADHD. The Shanghai Film Park is a theme park that you can visit. Anyone can visit in Shanghai. You can just buy a ticket and go in. But a lot of the sets that you're seeing here, in particular, so the train set that we saw at first, for example, you can only see from the outside. The second set you wouldn't have seen at all because they had to, here, I'll show you guys a video. I had it open. The second set was like on an old Shanghai imitation street. You can see the street, but you cannot see. Here you go, see. So we're like walking into this, they opened this door for me, right? This is not usually available to the public. Yeah, so we walked in. You would not normally otherwise be able to see that set, which is why after doing this shoot, I was like, I think this is the best way to experience the film park is to do a shoot in it. If we had come earlier in the day, we could have used our entry tickets to explore the rest of the theme park, but my mom and I we were salmu earlier. I don't know, how do you say that in English? We were grave sweeping in the morning. We were visiting my grandparents' graves in the morning. It was a very important familial duty, so I didn't have time in the morning to stop by. But this Paramount Theater area, I'll also show you guys what the entry walk looked like. Just a second. Get your pens and click them. Huanglong. Oh, I have been to Huanglong before. Yeah, that was my high school graduation trip. Okay, here's the walk into the fake Paramount Theater. So I have actually seen the Shanghai Paramount Theater in Shanghai. It's still there. The structure is still there. I think they still use it as like a theater and event space. It's not, lit the same way it was in the old days, but the outside of this place does not emulate the old Paramount Theater. It's just the inside. So it's very unremarkable from the outside when you walk in. Oh, also later on when I walked out, there were people doing like a wedding shoot out here, which is really cute, but Boom. I'm gonna have to censor myself when I edit this. Oh, did you see that little yellow beam just now? Did you see that? This little thing? That's the tiny little flashlight that they were using the whole shoot. They just kept like shining it on my face to make sure my eyes were getting a catch light. As a photographer myself, blew my mind. I was having that conversation with this photographer afterwards where I was like, that thing you guys kept doing with the flashlight, that's so smart, because like oftentimes the hardest part is getting a catch light on a person's eyes so that they brighten up the right way or darken the right way, depending on what you're trying to emphasize. And he was like, yeah, dude, this shit was like $5. Get one. So I don't know. Part of the reason I like doing these shoots is also because I feel like I get to exchange tips with like photographers. Oh, that just reminded me, I was halfway through my story of like the shoot experience I didn't like. Not as a photographer, but as a model. Model's a strong word. We like paid this studio to let me model in their studio, right? Like that's it's a package they offer. They get me dressed. It's the same thing as this. They get you dressed, they put you on a set, they take your photos, and then that's like that's what you're paying for. That's the service. It was like 500 RMB, not even $100 back then. Hella cheap. Even now, I think the exchange rate is about the same, but that shoot, the first one I ever did when I was 13, 14. First of all, I was 14. I was a little itty bitty baby and I didn't know anything. I didn't, wasn't really a cosplayer by then yet. Maybe was just getting started dabbling in it. I didn't know how to like ask for what I wanted. I didn't even know what I wanted out of a photo shoot, right? Like I did not have the confidence in my body and my face that I have now. Confidence and familiarity. So they would just take photos and then I would just be like, whatever you say, sir. So, and the photographer was incredibly like, you kind of talk like this, and then he would give you your instructions like at this, like that's this level of this volume, and then if you didn't understand exactly what he said in like 2 seconds, he would get kind of like mad at you. He would look at people like he would click his tongue, and, like make a face. And then I'm like, oh shit, like I pissed the photographer off because I can't hear him because he's talking this quietly. Motherfucker. The makeup artist was really nice. Every makeup artist I've ever worked with was really, really, really nice. But these photographers, dude, mixed bag. That first guy was the worst. The second guy was rude in a kind of louder way where he would like make fun of me for posing silly or whatever. And I'm like, bitch, you're the one posing me. You're mocking yourself. And then by the third shoot, I kind of knew what I was doing. My third shoot, I was 18. No, I was 19, graduating high school. So it was like a high school graduation celebration shoot. You know what? Maybe I'll pull up these old photos so you guys can see it again. It's on my Facebook. That's how old you know they are. It's on Facebook. So ain't been on Facebook in a hot minute. Pose better and I will too. Yeah. Do you know what a finger wave is called? Oh yeah. 手推. Finger waves are called 手推. As in like hands pushing. And I was talking to the makeup artist about this. I was like, is it called 手推 because you're literally like the way she was doing this? Maybe I can bring up the time lapse actually, 1 second. I took a time lapse every time she did my hair and makeup. So there should be one here. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Okay. So she's undoing my last hairstyle right now. Well, this is at 10x speed and it still feels too slow. The funniest thing about time lapses is you can see me breathing. Isn't that funny? Okay, hold on. Let me skip forward to when she's working on the hair. Okay, so you can see that she's literally like physically making the shape of the wave and then pinning it in place and then making a new wave and pinning that in place and then making a new wave and pinning that in place. And then after she's done pinning all of it like this, she just like attacks it with a ton of hairspray. So, that's what all of these pins are there for. And I was actually wearing one of the pins up until the moment we started shooting. Yeah. It's really, really intense. And so this whole thing, I mean, it's at 10x speed and it's 6 minutes long. So it took us an hour. It took her a whole hour of me sitting there. Like, actually, maybe I did this at 5x. Because I think half an hour makes more sense because we already, like, she barely added to my makeup. She just darkened my eye makeup and like darkened my lip makeup, which is a lot better than, yeah, doing from scratch. Good old pin and attack. Yeah, as a cosplayer, that's what I do as well. Oh, that's my mom in the back. Sorry, mom. She hates having her face shown on stream and I just blasted her like that. Oh, and by the way, what she was doing just now, did you see that? She was like dabbing at my hairline with something. Like this. That's hairline filler. She's using a contour palette. Do you see this over here? It's a contour palette. She's taking the darkest shade of brown and she's filling in my hairline so that the way the waves crest around my forehead don't accentuate like the weirdnesses in my hairline. It looks more full over here. Just fascinating. As someone who, like, I mean, I'm a cosplayer. I just have a wig on, you know, like, I don't have to think about hairline. So I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. I really, really like that. Let me pull up my old studio photos to show you guys. So you have a like photo reference for the story I'm telling. Where the hell is this? How long have we been streaming also? Just over an hour. We're okay. I'm not overdoing it. I've been trying to shorten my streams because I keep accidentally streaming 4 hours and I'm like, shit, this is not the vibe. Okay, hold on. Where are these photos? Okay, here we go. Time to fucking dox myself, I guess. This is the first shoot. You can already tell like my smile is a little uncertain. Like I don't really know how to pose. What the fuck is this photo? They're just telling me to do things. I'm like 14. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like obviously the makeup style and fashion style back then was very different. Like I still had straight bangs. That's my hair. That's my real hair. They had like fake ass nails. Like this is probably my favorite photo of the set and it still is really wacky to look at now. This whole makeup style is like not it, but what a weird, this is part of the same shoot. So this is also the same shoot. I think we did 3 outfits. Yeah. Oh no, it was 4. This was one of the outfits too. I remember my mom liking this photo the most, even though my legs were completely out. And I was like, mother. She was like, I mean, isn't that what you wanted? Mother, I'm 14. The photos turned out well, but just like the makeup is crazy. The styling is crazy. Like the shoot experience itself, I think overall was fun, but that photographer was a jackass. And I remember him for as long as I live because he was just so frustrating to work with. I did not know what he wanted. I could not figure it out. Anyways, this is the next shoot that we did. These are unedited photos, by the way. These are raw. I'm really just outing myself right now. I was 16. We got the toes out. We got the dogs out. Flashing through that real fast. Not in this economy. Y'all better pay for that shit. In these photos, I'm 16. In these photos, I'm 16. So, I don't think I realized that this was probably meant to be a bridal set. I just thought it was a cool dress. And then it was only after I took the shoot, I was like, I took these photos, I looked at them after, and I was like, oh, was this supposed to be bridal? Nobody said anything, right? Like I just put it on and it was fine. So this shoot was a lot more fun because I, by this time, had a little bit more experience in front of the camera and had done a shoot before. So I kind of knew what to expect. And this photographer was a lot better at posing, at communicating. And again, the makeup artist is always really brilliant. So I know I did really like this dress. I really enjoyed it. And again, these are all raw photos, so none of this is touched up. You can even tell from my smile, I'm like a lot more confident in this shoot. I think we also did, no, we did 4 outfits for this one too. It was usually sets of 4. Look at all the pins they put in the back, right? Which is why I call out that thing they did where they sewed up the back of this dress. Where was it? The last outfit. This one? They like, this back over here is taken in because they sewed it. They didn't do this. Thank God. Cause like, imagine photoshopping that. No, 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 no. Ghost Princess character, interesting. Well, my jawline looked really different back then, actually. You can tell that like my jaw has grown in a lot more bold. Okay, this is the only Gufeng outfits I've ever taken, so I need to go back and get like I was debating between doing a Hanfu shoot or a Mingguofeng shoot. So Hanfu would be like this, right? Like old Chinese Han style attire, traditional attire. Always wanted to do one of these in a more like fancy way. I don't know if you guys saw Rin's photos. Rin, are you still here? I'm not sure. Rin did a Hanfu shoot and it looked fantastic. I think it was around Chenghua Miao, which is one of the biggest historical temples in the city of Shanghai. Because it's a temple, it's a very like traditional kind of look. So it's a popular place for Hanfu shoots. This is the only time I've done Hanfu. And it was like, I look like a dead person because I'm like wearing white. Anytime you get a chance to wear a wedding dress without the whole wedding thing, yeah, I want to do it. No, you're so right. You're so right. We should all be going out there doing more bridal shoots, actually. Anyway, look at how sweaty I was. The hair was like stuck to my forehead and nobody thought to fix it for me, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. Look at how the hair doesn't even match my hair color. It's fine. I'm not bothered at all. Look at how wrinkly the backdrop is. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Anyway, this was when I was 18/19. I had just graduated high school and my mom said, hey, I found this cool thing on like Chinese Groupon. I don't think it was Groupon proper. It was like some version of, you know, like it's like kind of like Groupon, but in China. And she was like, we could get this huge discount for like a water shoot. Do you want to do a water shoot to commemorate your high school graduation? I was like, fuck yeah, sign me up. So that's what this is. These photos are edited. The studio edited these. Every studio had slightly different policies about like whether they would give me unedited or edited photos. And it's like shifted over the years what the norm is. So I can't really state with any confidence. But this studio, I think, explicitly only gave me edits. So that's what these are. I really liked this shoot, even though I look kind of like a deer in the headlights. It was just fun being in the water. And you see the ripples in the water? The water has a tendency to stay very still. So they had an assistant in the corners of it was like this big flat tub. And they had an assistant in the corners and they were going like with their hands on the water, like this, on the surface of the water, just to make ripples so that they like reached my end of the tub. It was a really shallow like water tub, like this much water. And so I was just sitting in the water and the photographer had me posing inside of it. He also had this really cool, like it was a ladder and a platform. And so he had a way to get onto a platform that was like directly overhead me. And so he was able to get these top-down shots and these kinds of top-down shots really well. Again, the dogs are out. Not in this economy. Not in this economy. We are leaving. Why am I always barefoot? I don't know. Watch me stay in the water and splash around like a magic carp. That's exactly what I felt like. And actually this particular studio, it was really close to where my grandparents lived in Shanghai. It was like out in the boonies. They had this like water surface shoot, which is the one that I did. But if you pay like, I think 1,000 RMB more, which is, if you think about it, not that much money. Because this shoot I'm showing you guys right now was like 4,000 RMB. So for like 1,000 RMB more, you could do an underwater shoot. And they had a huge tub in the corner. huge. It looked like an aquarium tank, like a shark tank. And they had like underwater gear and like photographers who were accustomed to shooting underwater, and you could do a whole ass underwater shoot. And I think when I was there shooting at the surface, they actually had another shoot happening in the tub, and it was like, I think it was a bridal shoot. I think there was like a whole ass bride in her wedding gown. I just remember seeing all of the like bridal sashes like flowing in the water, and I was just like, holy shit. Like, that looks so hard. And they kept having her go up to take a breath of air and then being like, okay, now exhale all of it so that you can sink better underwater, which is crazy. But I guess if you want to do an underwater shoot, they have the facilities for it over in whatever studio this was in Shanghai, because I don't have their information because I didn't arrange it because I was too young. Nowadays, I could probably figure it out. But this shoot I actually selected at the studio on my own, and then my mom helped me book it through WeChat because I didn't want to. As much as I would have been capable of doing that, I was not interested in doing customer service conversations on WeChat. So I asked my mom to handle that for me. I was like, this is your birthday gift to me because I'm paying for this myself. So that was a joke. Her birthday gift to me was the tea trip she arranged for me, which I talked about when I came back from Shanghai in that stream. So anyway, basically like I booked these guys on Xiaohongshu, and then once we had, indicated interest, they were like, let's go to WeChat. And I was like, okay, talk to my mom. So I had them add my mom on WeChat instead of me. And then she pulled me into the group chat they set up from there. So anyways, thank God I didn't have to do it myself. Therefore, you're all forewarned. If you want to book this place, make sure you're good at Chinese. One thing I want to point out about this edit, now that let's come back now into this shoot. After a very long side quest there, I apologize. Looking at this edit, right? The first thing I want to point out is that they straightened the photo. So you may notice the crop is a little bit different. It's because they rotated it like this, so that it's straight up and down. I would have even potentially gone the extra mile to do a bit of a tilt on the bottom just to get these lines truly square against the frame. I think as it is fine. Even a little skewed is fine. It all depends on what you want as the photographer. The other thing I want to point out is that this chivhal was a little bit too tight on me, right? It's tight. It's visibly too tight on the shoulders, visibly too tight on the ass. I mean, look at these stretch marks. So I know it's hard on a patterned fabric like this, but I would have put some effort into smoothing at least some of the wrinkles, because I think this is probably as easy as like a healing brush at certain points. Not to zoom in on my own ass on the stream, but it's not like you can see any of it anyway. So those are the things I would have done differently. Also, do you notice they didn't really slim my arms as much this time? They just kind of straightened it. They like took in this side, but that involved taking out this side also. So they just kind of took my whole arm and went like, for this affair, you may consult my retainer. Indicates mother. Falling to the right side slightly. Yeah, exactly. The one on the right is slightly tilted. So I just want to call those things out. I think as a cosplayer, I tend to notice maybe things about fabric or fit a little bit more. This is also a case where, as I noted, it's too small on me overall, but they didn't take the waist in, even though the waist was empty, because the whole thing was so stretched tight on me. There wasn't any give in the fabric to like sew in. So it was just like, it was hollow around my waist, but it was like stretched. And I was like, it's fine. We'll just Photoshop it. So just so you guys know. Okay. I noticed when I was choosing these photos that I didn't like how the hair looked from the front. Like it looked kind of silly. And it's like see-through over here, and like my hairline looks kind of funky. So I didn't like the silhouette it made from the front, but I really liked how it looked from the sides. And so most of the photos I was biasing towards were ones where I was shot from the side, like this one. So here's the before and after. This one's actually really interesting. I don't think they did a whole lot to me other than narrow my shoulders, which I honestly would have done anyway, because I think it makes the pose look a little more straightened out. So I'm okay with their edits on this one. I feel like this is acceptable. I also really like their color edits, and I don't think I could have done that. The only thing I kind of want to go in and do is I don't like these colored lights. Granted, editing these colored lights would kind of suck, but I might go in with like a selective color, like take down the blues kind of vibe, and try to minimize the color variance there a little. So let me make a note here. 551A6709. Colored lights. But I'm okay with the edit itself. Yeah. They do look chompable. They look like Skittles. For these lights, I explicitly, like, when we took the photos and we were reviewing them after, I was like, oh, is there a way to like remove the multicoloredness of that? And the photographer looked at me and was like, and I was like, okay, got the memo. You can stop inhaling through your teeth now. There were a lot of photos in this shoot that I was like, I'll just edit them myself. Ooh, can we take a moment to appreciate the curvature? I'm so grateful that I've reached the point in my life where I can look at this silhouette of my figure and be like, sumptuous. Because there's a version of a past me that would have been like, why are you so fat, bitch? You know, but nowadays I'm like, oh yeah. Ooh, that's what I like to see. So, anyway, that's called cake. Well said. Okay. Honestly though, I think by Chinese beauty standards, they would have like definitely, and I think part of the reason I used to be like that is because I was raised under Chinese beauty standards. I definitely think like a Chinese person would look at this and be like, Photoshop that shit away. But I can look at it and be like, no, I can appreciate that. Curvature like that gets its own Tumblr. I'm so sorry you had to join stream right as I was literally zooming in on my own ass. At least you didn't join stream when I was literally zooming in on my own leg hairs. Non-existent leg hairs. And yeah, you know, you bankrupted a whole bakery with a single phone. Thank you. Okay, sorry, my camera exposure is like killing me. Let me fix this really quick. Sorry, I like looked over and I just realized it was doing that. I'm sorry if that's been happening this whole time. Let me fix this really quick. Webcam. What the fuck? How do I fix this? Oh, here it is. Properties. Let me lean in really close so it overexposes. Turn off auto exposure. Is that better? At least it's more stable. I'll take it. Okay. Now let's look at the compare and contrast for this photo. I actually really like this one. I was saying earlier how I don't like my left jawline, but I'm like, part of the reason I don't like it, by the way, do you guys see what I don't like about it? I feel like I'm the only one who is annoyed by this. There's like the angle of the jaw here, and then for some reason there's like another line, like a curved line here, and then it goes into my chin. Like it's not one line, which is what my right jawline is like that. It's just one smooth line. But my left jawline is like, it's lumpy. The reason I don't like it isn't even necessarily that it's curved, it's that it's lumpy. That's the one. So whenever I edit my left jawline, I like take in the curve so it becomes a flat line. I will still do that. I'm not gonna call it an insecurity. I'm gonna call it an annoyance. I don't like that. It irritating. I've accepted that it looks like that, and I will Photoshop it every time. But I think other than that, this is a really good photo. I think the high contrast nature of it I need to lift the shadows a bit, but the pose is really vibing. I liked this one too. I don't think we got this one edited. It's always when I look at full body shots that I'm like, I do have a big head. It's cute. I'm like a chibi. This photo I would have really liked if it weren't for all these colors in the back. So, I mean, I can try doing something about it, but it's probably kind of a moot point. So much of my body is covered anyway. I don't know if it's worth salvaging. Sundar, goodbye. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yes, thank you for reminding me to hydrate. I will do that. I do have a glass of water. Okay, hallway shots. Can I also just say, this photographer was so good at posing. Like none of these poses were poses I just came up with. Like never once did this photographer go like, okay, stand in hallway, pose. No, he was always like, okay, stand in the hallway, right there is good. Okay, take another step back, bridge your left arm on this like wooden part. Make sure your fingers are like splayed elegantly, right? Open your fan, fold it in front of you. A little lower, okay, good, good. Now take your face and like look towards that light. Like he was so precise in his posing. It was, from a getting directed in poses perspective, I don't think I've ever worked with somebody to that level of professional. I aspire to be that level of good at posing someday as a photographer. I'm really bad at posing people. I'm the same way. But this guy just got it. He was like, not only was he good at getting the pose, he was good at giving me the instructions to hit the pose, which in my mind is one of the harder parts. Like sometimes I'll have a pose in mind, but I don't know how to communicate it to my subject. So I feel like I learned a lot just watching him work with me, which was really cool. Have fun with editing. Thank you, Reichi. Enjoy your cafe event. I love that because I never know what to do. Yeah, exactly. And it's important to note that like he had to get good at posing because most of the people they work with are not professional models, right? Like I'm actually more on the side of someone who has more professional experience, and it's not professional experience. I just have a lot of hobbyist experience as a cosplayer. That's different. And still, even for me in a shoot like this, I needed to be directed on every little angle. And I felt so relaxed. Like I didn't have to think about it. I could just trust that he would get everything correct. And it was fine. So I could trust he was looking out for me. Photographers who can pose people are so powerful. I know. Oh my God. There's a photographer on the East Coast for cosplay that I used to work with who was really good at that too. And I used to emulate his, I learned a lot from him in terms of how to communicate the pose. A thing he would do is like, he would hold his hand up like this to sort of symbolize like your face. And he would be like, can you move your face more to the right? And he would like make this kind of emotion. And so I knew that like my face needed to do this, right? Versus like this or like this, it needed to do this. And I like that specific thing that he did with his hand, I have adopted it and I still use it to this day. It's so good. It was such a good experience on Lit Size. For sure, for sure. I had such a good time with the shoot. I didn't know what to expect, but it turned out beautifully. I think it's telling that most of the shoots I've done before this were really budget, right? And I think it shows. I think the cost of this shoot shows. The fact that we paid over 4,000 RMB for this, which again is not a lot of money to pay for the quality of service that we got, and the amount of photos we got back, and the number of staff that worked on this shoot. Like 4,000 RMB, are you kidding me? That's crazy. So I'm really happy with the price that we paid, but I recognize it's a lot of money for most people to pay. I think it's like what, $600 US or something like that, which like realistically, like where would you even, could you even get one of these shoots done for $600 in the US? No, there's no way. If you wanted to pay your photographer fairly, like a working wage, no. And your photographer would be a one-man army. So I love it when pros tell you how to do something, then I can just turn my brain off. Exactly the vibe. I was so, so happy to just be told. Any tips on getting into photography? I find myself getting really overwhelmed by everything. Ooh, good point. Where are you in your beginner journey on photography? We should do a photography 101 stream one of these days. I've been meaning to for ages. I don't know where people are at. I would start with the exposure triangle, frankly. That's where I start with everyone. You need to understand the exposure triangle before you understand anything else about photography. So I always start there when I teach my friends. But yeah, because we've done a photo editing 101. We've done a cosplay editing 101 by now. So that would be super nice. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. We'll tackle it one of these days. I would rather do it as an IRL stream though, you know what I mean? I really gotta figure out my IRL setup. $551. Okay, great. Yeah, well, I mean, it was over 4,000, so I would estimate about $600 total probably for this whole shoot. 3 outfits, 3 sets, a photographer, an assistant, a makeup artist, and full wardrobe. Like, holy shit. I want to do a photography critiquing stream one of these days too, because I think that assessing other people's photography and understanding what makes a photo good or bad is really important to informing your own taste in photography and like building up your own style also. But, oh, sorry. This is one of those photos. I just want to make a note of it because I wanted to edit this one. 551 A6734. This is just edits. This one, you can tell it's low light because everything came out kind of fuzzy. But let's do a compare and contrast real quick. They tucked my jawline slightly. I'm okay with that. That's the jawline I don't like, so I would have tucked it anyway. They really slimmed my shoulders on this one. Do you see this? That's a really big difference. They also smoothed this whole divot situation. And they made the whole thing look like it fit me better. I appreciate that, actually. And I can see how maybe the only way to do that is to slim the shoulders. I can kind of respect that. At the same time, like, where are my biceps? Not that I have nice biceps, but I have biceps. They're gone, dude. There's like there's no anything. There's no definition. No. Noodle era, truly. And again, actually, I would have done something about these wrinkles. A little bit of it. At least this strong horizontal line here, because that's a tension line, these little wrinkles here too. Some of these wrinkles are natural from like just walking around in a qipao. Some of them are like, that qipao's too small for you, it's hiking up. That's what that first horizontal line is saying. So I would have tried a little harder to get rid of that, although I understand why it would have been difficult. I think the like content aware fill feature on Photoshop might be able to handle some of that, but we'll see. Anyway. Real you has muscle. This fake yin can't throw a single punch. You know what? Real yin can't throw a punch either. Real good at kicking. I kick real good, but I don't punch that well. I'm actually, I am noodle arm. I can't, look at this. I only look a little, you know, thicker here because this qipao was too small for me. I felt like Popeye the Sailor Man. Horse core. Exactly, bench. I kick like a horse. Let's keep moving. Oh, I really like this shot. This was one of my favorites. Okay, let me write it down. 551 A675. Oh, edit. ADHD's best friend, a post-it note. Look at this shot. Holy shit. Isn't that a vibe with the chandelier and everything? Look at how much these string lights are a killjoy. As we would say in Mandarin Chinese, 杀风景. It's killing my vibe. It's killing the view. Oh, actually, I want to point something out really quick in the posing here. So, is it just me? I don't know if it's just me. Let me ask you guys. We'll find out. Do the legs here confuse you? Like when you look at this pose, is it like, wait a second, what are the legs doing there? Because that was definitely, when I looked at this photo, I was like, oh, this is actually really good full body. And then I saw the legs. And the thing about like full body qipao is that you can't really make out the, you know, the positioning of the legs. So it's unclear how, I think if you look at it for like longer than 5 seconds, you can figure out how I'm crossing my legs. But the first impression is like, whoa, what? And on top of that, the foot angle makes it harder because of the way the strappy thing is like slipping. And so it's a little sideways. So then it makes it look like my foot is like twisted a little, but it's like not. It's just that the shoe is twisting. So yeah, you can a little bit make out the shadow over here of like the way my left leg is crossing over my right leg, right? But this was confusing enough, and like as a photographer, one of the things I look for is whether the photo intuitively falls into place in front of your eye in like a second. Like in the amount of like the millisecond that it takes for you to register an impression, I need the impression to be clean. I think that's what defines a good photo. And so that's why from a posing perspective, if anything is confusing on the pose, or if like a wrist gets cropped off at a weird angle and it generates just enough confusion in your mind that it like makes you not immediately take in the whole photo, I consider those not a good photo. So that's how I personally see it. That's why this photo did not get selected for editing, even though I really like it. This one's pretty good. It's a little bit too posed, personally. This one was good too, but I preferred this one over it, so we chose this one. Let's look at their edits real quick. Okay, so very obviously slimmed the shoulder here, right? Which I understand because the way it was pressed up and under the tight short sleeve really, really looked very big. To the point of being almost distracting. There's like too much flesh there. I still think they overdid the slimming. I probably would have slimmed it less, but definitely I appreciate that they slimmed it. I would have done the same thing, just not to the degree that they did. Other than that, I think my face, I think they took in the left side, or I should say the right side of my face, but the left side facing the photo. The other thing I would have done is actually, and this is something that's very unique to my personal preferences, I would have actually taken in the top of my hair a bit, right here. I don't really, the way this lump is shaped just does not spark joy. So I want to like shrink it a bit, take it inward towards the head. And you can see that they took in the hairline ever so slightly. I think they pinched my face smaller. So there's room for it to move inward, basically. This shoulder also got smoothed and taken in. And over here. Smoother curve on top. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that it's not just me. I'm glad you guys see that too. Other than that, it's just standard skin smoothing things. They actually kept my dimple. Thank you. And then did the same thing I would have done, which is remove the eye bags and darken the makeup a little, which I literally would have done the exact same thing. So There is a world in which I don't touch this edit. No, the arms are freaking me out, honestly. Like, I think this needs to be nudged outward. I would have to unslim the arms a little bit. But the rest of it is fine. And then I would just, yeah, maybe I can just add on top of their edit. So it would just be like taking down this bit and like nudging out this bit. So it's not literally a straight line. Ain't nobody's arm look like that unless you're like really dangerously slim. Your arm should not look like that. The hand isn't that different. Oh, can you tell I just broke my nail? That's super short. The hand looks okay. Yeah. That looks fine to me. The bottom one? Wait, what's wrong with the bottom hand? Did they do something to it? Or do you just like not like the positioning of the hand? Is that what you're calling out? I think both look good. I don't think they did that much to my hand. Slimmed? I don't really see it, to be honest. It might be marginally around the wrist, but left one looks bigger. Oh, this is the after though. This is the before. So if the left one looks bigger, then it's because they slimmed something else and it pulled this one bigger, which is very likely. Yeah. That's fine though. I think it's very unnoticeable. Okay. Let's keep moving. Oh, this is the money shot. This is the money shot. This one I will not touch because they did a level of lighting edits here that I cannot do on a JPEG. You can only bring out this much of the shadow detail with a raw photo. So that's part of the reason I selected this for editing is I was like, ooh, y'all deal with the low light, not me. So I will probably just use this edit as is. But this is the shot that we saw in their sample photos that they sent us that I really, really loved. And it's the reason we chose this set. My mom took one look at this shot and was like, by Lemon. So that's how iconic the look is. I might try the colors again with the string lights because I still think they're really distracting. A6764, edit, colored lights. Okay, how long is stream? Do we have time to edit? We do have time to edit. We're good. Okay, I was worried I would spend too long analyzing with you guys. Oh, and then, okay, so this actually, here, I'm gonna out myself a little bit for this. So after each of these shoots, the photographer showed me the back of the camera. I love back of the camera previews, so this was us scrolling through the back.
Let's go.
You're getting my live reaction. It's super overexposed though, I apologize. That's what I'm chiming in with, is that I'm asking if we can get a stage shot where I'm just like I'm a singer on a stage. Cause I was like, ooh, as a vocalist, I feel like I really need to scratch this itch. I need to stand there, I need to sing something, and then I need to take a photo of it. So I think my mom has a video of me singing like Fly Me to the Moon on this stage, although she would have preferred that I sing like Shanghai Tan or something. I don't know how to sing Shanghai Tan. How many photos did they take? I can't brain anymore. They took so many. It was 176. But this was after we ended the shoot, and then I was like, can I get some like vocalist on a stage vibe shots? And he was like, oh, but we already did that. Like in the beginning, you were like holding the mic on the side. And I was like, no, I want the mic like in front of me. I want to be centered on the stage, like I'm in the middle of a performance. And this poor photographer was like, I mean, sure. You could tell his heart was not in it. He thought he got the shot already, you know, but I was like, I very specifically want this shot. So we got it. You can tell that they, again, untilted it a little bit. I personally am okay with the tilt. I think it's like a nice little Dutch tilt. And thankfully, I hate these eye bags, so they took them out. And I guess they made my face a little bit smaller, but that's probably the main difference. Everything else is pretty... They didn't even touch my face that much. It was just eye bag removal and like very slight shrinking. I think it's okay. I think I'm okay with this edit. Yeah, and they, of course, as always, did something with my arm, which is fine. That's just what happens when you wear a cheap haul that's visibly too small for you. Okay, I think that's the last photo of this shoot. You guys can look at the rest of the raws I have if you want. Here, let me page you through the raws. Well, let's go backwards. You can see everything even if we don't get edited, you'll have had a glimpse of it as a little treat for being on stream with me. Cassie, thank you. It's because the photographer was really good at posing me. Noodle arm ying versus buff arm ying. Which one will win? Well, both have thick legs and will probably devolve into a kicking match. All right, here's the rest of the shots. Backwards, towards forward. I actually really like this one too. But if I see any I really want to edit, I'm going to pause and write it down. I think I already got those. This shot was actually, he had me like actively walking down the hallway, which was it made for a really relaxed, like candid look. This one too, he was like trail your finger along the wall as you walk. So there's a really natural step to it. I didn't have to pose the step. Tell the speaker, hello, welcome. Walking emoji, so real. The number of times I've had to like, with every model you work with, whenever you want to do a walking shot, you have to figure out which one suits them better. Is it better to have them go really far away and do like a natural walk towards you? Or is it better to have them like pose a fake walk? Because for different people with their different gaits, it's really, you really have to tailor it to them. So can I also look at my calves? Woo! Okay, sorry. Just needed to celebrate myself for a moment. These were just for fun. They weren't for anything. I specifically always wanted to do like an old Shanghai style shoot. I find that it's really common to see like hanfu shoots or traditional Chinese wear shoots or just like casual modern shoots. I specifically wanted like an old Shanghai vibe shoot while I was in Shanghai. I just realized we got lucky with the shot and the lights weren't on. What the heck? Why were the lights on for the rest of them? Damn. Do you get to choose the outfits or are they imposed? I chose the outfits. But the outfits and the sets kind of come together. You can tailor it if you want to be like, I want this outfit in this set, but usually they recommend that you keep it together. Yeah. So this was the third outfit, and then we're going forward into pretty soon. I really liked this one too, to be honest. I'll think about that. I'll think about how much energy I have for editing. You see how this one looks super posed? Like it's just so, it's a great shot, but I look so unnatural in it. Like this could have been such a good cinematic kind of vibe, but I just, what is this pose? Anyway, it's fine. I am very happy with the photos. Yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. Oh geez, this is a famous model. No, it's just a little old me. Thank you, Ninjash, for the stretch and hydrate. Let's do some little arm windmills. Those lights look so good when they're off. I know, I should have just asked them to turn it off, but I think it like, was lit together with the chandelier or something. I asked them multiple times, what can we do about the colored lights? I don't like them. And they were just like, oh, you know, they're just like that. And I was like, ah! Ah! Oh, the other thing I want to point out, notice the stage lights. the round lights along the edge of the stage, they're like more than half broken. Shit was so funny when I saw it. I like walked in and I like immediately, I was like, oh. And then the photographer was like, shh. The guy was really funny. I really liked him. But they're like not really noticeable because you're really distracted by everything else happening on stage. So it was okay. It was fine. They also had the assistant like manning the lights around. I think they had like special, like a lighting panel in the back. It's a well-loved stage. It is. Okay, this is the second outfit we did. All of these are raw photos again. And all the posing is once again thanks to the photographer. I am not this good at posing naturally. I think this photo is where you can see the most how filthy this cup is. Jesus Christ. They were like, hold it to your face. And I was like, must I? There's a dead fly in here. Must I? I know the over-the-shoulder poses are really good. I agree. I really like how natural some of these came out. Very like caught in the moment energy. Did I write this one down? Hold on. 551. I don't think I did. 551 A6640. I did not ask them to edit this one because I was like, only I can fix my face shape from this angle. I know the lighting came out so good. And that's a fake light they put outside the window, like shining inward. It like looks like the sun. It ain't the sun. It's a light. I mean, the lack of stage lights I can fix. I'll just literally copy paste them. It'll be fine. Oh, did I get this one edited? 6630, do you guys remember? Hold on. Let's go back. 6630. I think I did. Yeah, this one we did. Okay. If you don't stop this, you're gonna make me question my preferences. Sorry. Oh, I really like this one too. The thick arms, little waist is a vibe, isn't it? A6627. It's great to question during Pride Month, by the way. I'm really proud of you. Happy Pride. I know, I can't believe they're raws. This photographer was so cracked. The assistant like really knew what he was doing too. Oh my God, do you see the assertive nature in this facial expression? Channeling SHANGHAI. I could not have done this without you, SHANGHAI. Thank you. Should I write this one down too? I think it's okay. This is the kind I would like revisit if I had energy later. Ooh, this one looks dangerous. This is a very like, I know what you did. Here to confess your sins. I like it. Evil stepmother, ultimate boss. 551 A6621. It was really funny when we were choosing, yeah, Mafia Air energy. When we were choosing photos out of these 3 sets, my mom and I, with every photo that we saw in this outfit and the last outfit, we were like, oh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one too. Oh, that one's also really good. It was just the first set, which you guys are about to see in a moment. This set was the only one where my mom and I were like, I don't know about that one. 民国风, exactly. Well spotted. Kind of giving Yelan vibes. That's true. Michelle Yeoh. Oh, I see it. I see the Michelle Yeoh. I actually really like this shot because I think of all the ones we got, this was the most candid. So I might edit this one myself. 551 A6595. Okay. Chinese widow. Yeah, these were just like really there's something, I think it just like, I think the outfit or the hair or something just didn't, it just didn't suit me. I think it was the ringlets. I felt really odd. Like I looked at all these photos and I was like, those don't look like me. I don't know who that is. I don't recognize that person. Like who the fuck? Who is this? The other really disturbing thing is that something about this hairstyle really accentuates the parts of my features that look like my dad. So I just like, I look at these and I'm like, that's father. Did I get this one edited? 6559. I did not. Oh, we chose this one. Okay. I can see that. I think I'm gonna have to re-edit most of these. You can really tell how empty the waist was. It was so fucking... Really should have said something. I didn't think about it. I was like, this is my lot in life. Very like waiting for my husband to come home from the war energy. They're just so posed, I feel like. Maybe that's why I don't like them. But also the outfit just didn't suit me. I think that's all it is. The legs here really confuse me too because it looks like I have my legs crossed and then you're like, wait, they're not crossed. The ringlets are unique. I just don't think they suit me. But my mom said something that I actually really vibed with, which was, this is my last shoot I'm gonna do like this before I turn 30. And once I'm, you know, properly old, I'm probably not gonna do something this youthful ever again. And so she was like, this is your last chance to like, as we would say in Chinese, 装嫩. This is your last chance to 装嫩. So do it. I was like, okay, fair. It's my last time to look like a literal child. After this, I'm just gonna be an old lady, which is great. Okay, I think I might edit this one myself. I quite like this one. It's a little more natural than the others. 551 A6521. You look like the daughter of a rich man. As my brother likes to frame it, these are the he'll like put on a sweater vest over a collared shirt or something and be like, this is the my dad is a lawyer outfit. Anyway, that's it. That is it for the photos. let's get to editing some of them. I have a long list. I think it'll be really fun to see the difference in how I edit it versus how they edit it. So let's start with, what's one that was like really jarring when we look at their edits? Hold on. Let me pull up their edits again. We'll do some compare contrast. I think, let's take a look at this one, because this was the reference edit they did. Okay, so let's do it this way. I'll pull it into Photoshop. "30 isn't old though." I mean, it's not old, but I think that 30 is a pretty healthy boundary for when I want to stop looking like a child, personally. I think everyone has a different threshold, but for me, I think 30 is a pretty solid one. Moonson, thank you for the Prime sub. Happy 26 months. Last one looked like you were on a set for Crazy Rich Asians too. Yeah, for sure. I see it. Okay. Let me find the raw for this one. Where is it? 6573. Here it is. Dook. It's not about what you can get away with, it's what you feel comfy with. Exactly, exactly. Okay, so let's start with lighting edits. Interesting. So they have access to more editing range in terms of lighting and color than I do, because they had the RAWs and I only have JPEGs. So it is what it is. And they're Canon JPEGs. Look at this color noise, dude. Oh goodness, it's okay. I too used to be a Canon shooter. So we'll start actually with the shadows. I think they're a little too dark. I will lift the shadows a bit. Can I boost overall exposure and get away with it? Maybe that's a little too much. If we take down the whites and the highlights. Okay, I still think it's overdone. I'm gonna bring it back down a bit. A lot of my editing is just sliding the dial to extremes and deciding which one I like better. I think in the spirit of lightening the shadows, I'm gonna go for a warmer feel than the green they went with. I truly was not a fan of that. A little bit of green is okay. If it comes out like sepia toned, that's kind of the goal. Okay. Let me get a bit of... Where's my noise reduction? Oh, it's okay. Color noise. And then... Let me look at the color noise again. I don't need to go that far. Okay. And then maybe a bit of vignette. Where is it? Effects. Here it is. Too much, actually. Funny thing, it already has kind of a natural vignette happening, so I don't need to overdo this. Okay. I think that's pretty solid for a baseline color edit. Are you turning 30? I turn 30 next year. Yeah. I also prefer warm tones for the set because of the wood. I agree. I feel like the green... Oh my god, wait, did you guys see that toggle? Do you see how much they shrink my face? Okay, hold on. Just for funsies. I think it will be fun to overlay it here. You can just flip between them. That's crazy, dude. That's a different person. That's literally a different person. They even changed my facial expression. Like, my smile is different. Fascinating. Anyways, I'm also gonna shrink my face, so it's fine. This is the angle I don't like. Now you can see my super janky way of editing. Okay, going in with liquify. Where should we start? I'm gonna start with my jawline. Bump it up slightly, and the neck also tucked in slightly. Is that too much? I think it's okay. This is still within tolerable bounds for me. My main thing is it looks too rounded. Can I angle it a bit more? I think one of the other things that I do for cosplay edits that will help here, I will take my hairline down a bit. Is shading. Sorry, I just realized I finished my last sentence like half a minute after I started it. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. I don't think I have to touch my nose. I think it's fine. And then shoulders. The OG smile looks more genuine. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is more like thoughtfully looking out the window. Also, whatever powder they use, look at how many wrinkles it gave me. I was like, I know I have fine lines, but this is a bit much. It was the specific powder they were using. Okay, the thing to watch out for when you do shoulder things like this, or like any liquefying, is do you see these shadows in the back? They need to stay straight lines. So it's like not obvious that I took things in. But I'm trying to angle my shoulders a little bit more. I don't like how rounded they look right now. And then I'm still trying to get more angularity out of my jawline. I don't know how to do it. I think this will be fine. Okay, so here's my facial edit before and after. And then if we take this and compare it against this again, you can see that they still took it in a lot more than I did. But it's less drastic. Interesting that they took in the neck. That makes sense. Actually, from a tailoring perspective, that should probably hug my neck a little more. I'm glad I checked. Let's fix that. Oh, Minoko, thank you for hydrating me. I know the powder did me dirty. I know I have wrinkles, but they don't look like that. All right, let's take this in. It should hug the neckline a little more, basically. But now these pearls are all wacky. Okay. That'll be fine. I think that'll be fine. I'm concerned about this gray bit here, but I think I can get away with it. I don't think it's that noticeable. How did it look in theirs? Oh yeah, their gray bit is a lot more noticeable actually. All right, so here's my before and after. Yeah, it is a lot more natural. My whole goal is always like, as long as I'm removing the parts that annoy me, but not overdoing it so much that I'm not unrecognizable, then we're good. Okay, let's just healing brush. The fidelity is so low, I'm not gonna bother with like frequency separation. Is that too much? Did I overdo it? I think it's fine. Maybe I can leave that long tail actually. I think it's okay. And then it's just the stray hair here. Some like skin detail here and there. Yanix, hello! Where was I? Yeah, that's true. For a little bit there, I wasn't streaming very frequently. I'm back now. It was just convention season. It's Fanime and Offkai were back to back. And I had a huge event at work I had to deal with too. I don't know. I never know what to do with these like wrinkles around my eye. I feel like there must be a better way to edit them, but I've only ever gone in with my healing brush and prayed. Okay. So personally, I like to keep the skin looking fairly natural, even if I'm editing out a lot of things. So sometimes I'll just reduce the opacity a bit. So you can still see some of the texture of the parts that I removed, but it's not as obvious as they were, right? Like they're still there, but only at 50%. So that it still looks mostly natural. That's just my personal preference. I just don't like the like very plasticky look they have going here, right? Like that looks like someone drew my face in. Finished a whole PNG tuber. Wow, you're a whole dang streamer now. It wasn't that long. Unless you made your PNG tuber super fast. Yeah, it's just a little bit uncanny valley. This still looks like me, right? The other thing they did, hold on, let me merge these layers because there's opacity stuff happening now. Okay, is this part in the bottom right corner? This thing? Let me just get rid of that. Shit, not like that. Yeah, not like that either. I didn't want to take my tablet out, and now you're seeing me experience the consequences. I like it when pictures still look very natural. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be unrecognizable, right? That is not the goal. Okay, Webcam is bothering me again. 1 second. While it's working through here. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, I think that's better. Okay, much better. I like the last one. Okay, perfect. I wonder, did they do anything? No. Okay, so the other thing bothering me from a visual elements perspective is this fuzzy thing in the corner. I don't even know what it is. It just looks nasty. Like, it looks like there's trash on the roof and you can see it through the door. You know what I mean? Animation system, want to see later. Super fast make. Oh, did you use a special? I'm like unfamiliar with how PNG tubers go usually. I don't even know if I can just generative fill this, but let's see if I can. Let's see if I can get away with it. See what happens. And then we'll do body edits and a little bit more color editing too. I don't know that I want to do body edits. I already did shoulders. I think shoulders are the only part I care about. Oh, actually, that's not bad. I kind of like that you just can't really tell it's a doorway anymore. Or like the top of the doorway. I prefer that to the weird bright spot that was there before. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That was a really, really distracting element in my opinion. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Okay. Here we go. So they didn't do that much with my body edits. I might just clean up the hemline here a bit and pinch in the waist slightly just to really bring out that chipal curvature. I think that's it for me though. What's this? Is this copy still the same? Okay, we're gonna merge these. All right, liquify. I need to shrink my head a little too. Okay, you guys wanna see my lazy pinch tool? Here we go. You just make the pinch tool really big and then it won't be too obvious. So if you pinch the whole head a little bit like this, nobody's gonna notice anything. Look how minor that was. And then do the same thing on the belly. Ta-da! Oops, I hit cancel. Do that again! Head first. And then belly. Okay. Does that still look pretty natural? Did I screw anything up? I think I overdid the belly area because there's some stuff happening over here now. Let me see if I can fix that. When you switch from pinch to unpinched, it freaked me out. Yeah. It's so subtle and yet it's like uncanny. Just enough to be a little bit freaky. I need to fix these lines a bit. Okay, I think it's fine. I think that's fine now. And then is this side okay? Yeah, I'm gonna smooth out these lumps basically a little bit. Just because they bother me personally. Oh, this one's gonna be a little tricky. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Let's take a look. All right, so those are all of my like liquify and fill edits. If we compare it against the raw, before, after, before, after, before, after. Much more subtle versus this one. Where's my raw? Hold on, let me do the raw comparison. This is before, after, before, after. They actually did fewer body edits than I did. Like I pinched this whole area. They just kind of did a left shift. If you look at it, they just took the left side of my waist and shifted it inward. I think that makes sense, except I was missing the curvature here, more accentuated, and their version doesn't touch on that side at all. It's just this side. So I can see why they did that too, because of the way the arm looks over here. If you pull this side in more, it'll elongate the arm a little bit more, which is not a bad thing. But I personally prefer this. Okay, let's do color edits. This is a lot pinker. This is a lot greener. I don't have a vision personally for how I want to do this necessarily. Let me start with some gradient maps. I see what they were trying to do with greens, and I might still try, maybe not as green as they were going, but something similar. Let's try this one. And then, excuse me. Excuse me. Just like a little bit of a blue shift, right? Because I think the reason they wanted to go with the green is because it looks a little bit more like film photography, which I get. I understand that that is a good vibe. So I'm trying to recreate that vibe, but only just very gently. I don't want to overdo it too much. It also tends to darken everything a little too much. Let's try another gradient map option too. This is like you would meet Violet Evergarden while traveling. I like that. I like that a lot. If we go for a warmer option, let me think. Let's do like an orange. Maybe a peachy, pinker one. Let's try this one. Yeah, it's a little bit more ethereal and otherworldly. This looks like a Taobao product photo now. I don't know what it is about peachy, warm colors. It is a lot warmer. Do you guys have a preference? This is a peachy one. This is the bluer one. So this is more like a little bit gritty, old school vibe. This is the peachy tone. Blue, peach. Blue, peach. Can I get a vote? Let's do a vote. Which color tone? Blue or peach? Boom. All right. Please vote by putting a number in chat. 1 is blue and 2 is peach. I'm gonna go piss girl. BRB. All right, I'm back. 2? Which one won? Oh no, you guys are so evenly split. Oh, Corin just, oh, okay. Well, with Corin's, it's a tie. Okay. I'll go with you guys, but I'm gonna decrease the opacity of this a little so it's not quite so obvious. And then, let me mess with the curves a little bit. Here we go. That's too much. The peach just looked so bright to me. Yeah, I wanted to like take the edge off. The way it's like glowing in your face. I just messed with the curves a little bit. If you see, this is without the curves, this is with the curves. Just to make it a little bit less harsh. Okay, and then the other thing I forgot to do is my like laugh lines have always really bothered me. I'm gonna lighten them a little bit. 1 second. Ugh, how should I do this? I always use the healing brush tool as like a very blunt force instrument. all the shadows around my nose. We're gonna take them down a notch. Okay. Not to have them completely vanish, but just to lighten it. Right here. I think that's not bad. There's also some redness around my nose I might want to take down. Honestly, it's okay. I don't think anyone's gonna notice that. Okay. And then I remember I was saying that I would have fixed the hair fuzz thing. So we're gonna do that now. Right here. I mean, I have the added benefit of just using generative fill for all my hair fixes now. It used to be that I had to like painstakingly go and like clone stamp all this. That shit sucked. I do not miss that era. Do you have a certain way you edit photos? I find myself just kind of winging it, not knowing what I'm doing. Just what looks good to my eye. I think I usually start with like, what vibe do I want a photo to give off? Oh God, did you see how easy that was? That's crazy. That is so crazy to me. That's ridiculous. What in the world? If only we'd had this technology when I was a beginning cosplayer. This is crazy. This is so crazy. This is how assistive ML tooling should be used. That's insane. Okay. Baka Bunny 0. Hi, Ying. You look very pretty. Okay, bye. That's very cute. Thank you. What was I saying though? Well, Adelium's question about how I edit photos. I start with a vibe that I'm trying to give off, and then I try to get the colors to follow that. Obviously, like looking for details and like things that are distracting is like a really basic step. Once you're done with cleanup edits, then a question of like color and lighting all comes down to vibe. So like, what kind of vibe do I want this photo to give off is one of the most basic questions I think we should all ask ourselves as photographers. Okay, this one was not as smart. This one was not as smart, but it's fixable. I'm just gonna mask it out, the part that I don't like. So we'll do this. But yeah, not like that. On the mask, thank you. Then that brings back some of the hair, unfortunately, so then I'm just gonna have to clone stamp it out. All right, that's fine. Who's looking that close? Me looking that close. That's why I'm already undoing it. Hold on. Is that okay? I think that's better than what it was before. Okay. I didn't keep a proper edit copy. It's a little wacky out here, but it always looked like that. Even before, it was a little bit, well, I guess it was smoother. Undo. Undo, undo. What if I healing brush it? I'm fine with this. Ying failing to convince themselves. Yeah. Yeah, you know how it is. This is fine. This is fine. It's not perfect, but only I will know. Only I will know that anything ever went wrong here. Why does it have that weird... Okay, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. I'm over it. I'm over it. Literally nobody's gonna notice. Nobody's gonna notice except me. And I guess you guys, because you saw it happen. Is everything else okay? Anything else bother me here on my face? The hairline a little bit, but there's not too much I can do about that. I think it's a little bit green on my hairline. Is that just me? Okay, hold on. We can fix that. Selective color. Let's take the yellows down a bit. And then mask it in. just to offset the greenness a bit. Okay, did that work? Yeah, that helped a little. All right, cool. Again, a level of detail I think nobody is going to be paying to this except for me. I think we are all set. Let me group these up one more time. We can look at the before. All right, here's the, oh, I'm sorry, I'm kind of covering it. Is that better? Okay, here's the before. And here's the after. Before, after, before, after. I think my color edits are a lot more subtle than theirs. And then let's overlay their edit for comparison. Here's their edit, and here's mine. They did a lot to my eyes. They like really made my eyes bigger. And darker? I think darkening is not a bad thing, actually. I would be down for that. Should I darken it? Might as well. Let's do a little bit as a treat. No, actually, that's a lot of work. I'm good. This is it. We're saving this. All right. Export. My edits. They worked so hard on the eyes that they overdid it and made them unfeeling. Yeah, yeah. I kind of just didn't touch the eyes at all in comparison. All right, so these are the... This is the completed product, I guess. I am trying to decide, should I post it? Like, when I do post it on Instagram or wherever, should I include their edit just for a fun comparison? I think that would be cute. I could. Is that flashlight reflection on the left bench? No, no, they weren't really doing flashlight stuff in the train as much. Yeah. Okay. What are we? How are we doing on time? Oh, okay. Maybe we have time for. Do you guys want one more edit? Or if you guys want, we can look through the video clips instead. I think that would be more fun for you guys. Here, let's. They're really, really janky ass videos. You can see how horribly I film things. It's why editing sucks, because I'm bad at filming. Okay, here's the first time lapse. This was after she already did a lot of my skin makeup. That's why I look like a ghost. But this is the time lapse of our first makeup. The one that we were just editing. This is the one where you can really see me breathing if you look at my stomach. Time lapses are freaky. You see how it's like barely like a light dusting of brown and pink eyeshadow, and then it's just some mascara? And currently these are still my own eyebrows. She hasn't even touched up my eyebrows yet. I mean, these are my own drawn in eyebrows. She did a bit of tight lining. And then where is the lip? Oh, here's the eyebrow. Time lapses make everybody look like they're having a panic attack. So true. It's always interesting seeing how other people do my eyebrows, because I feel like I do them really differently. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just thinking. Okay, and then... Oh, it's great. I have no idea what that clip is. It's great though. Should have posted it. Makeup is basically done. There's like a fake curly hair attachment on the back that I wasn't expecting. We'll see. It'll be fun. I'm just gonna let them play now. You like my hair? Maybe I can edit the first set. No, I still need my mom's behind the scenes footage. It's so awkward. You can tell I'm like so uncomfortable. Cause like I don't really know these people yet. We haven't shot yet. And this first look is really like not my normal style. So I'm standing there like, is this gonna be good? Like, you can kind of tell in my vibe, I think. Come on. It's so dizzy. I gave up on filming a horizontal vlog after this clip, I think. So most of them should be vertical after this. Did you princess laugh in your ringlets? I should have. It was really funny because they really painstakingly were taking this lockout because usually you're not allowed on the train. We were just specifically had like gotten a license to shoot on it. But there were tourists behind us and they saw us get on the train and they just like followed us on. So the whole shoot that we were doing, they were like running around inside the train, like taking their own photos and like getting in the back of our photos. And then our photographer was sitting there like, holy shit, can you get rid of these people? It was really funny, actually. I think the other guys had a great time. I'm happy for them. I'm glad they got to sneak onto the train.
It's so cute. Look at that little pea pod.
It was really unsteady, actually, walking on that in the heels. And the heels were a little too big for me.
Hey,
This is the light reading. My favorite thing is this train. No, I feel you.
we are returning.
Look at my Crocs.
Looks like I'm like waiting for my husband to come home from the war, kind of a vibe. Yo, these two.
Ooh! Oh, that shoot looks good, actually. I think that's an engagement shoot. Oh, there's another shoot happening over there. I forgot. This lady actually looked so... I really liked her, like... I don't know. I don't think it's called a bucket hat, but...
We are.
No, I don't think the randoms were interested in me at all. Please load so I'm not on this awkward frame.
All done. Now I'm going to change an outfit. The pearls.
Okay, this is the next time lapse.
We're done with the second hairdo. This is the like finger wave, almost finger wave.
This is not a finger wave. I was bullshitting. This is the second side. I think I already showed you guys this one. And then... Oh, this is... I really like this clip.
Look at my clogs. Okay, bye. We're going. I gotta get my...
That's the whole clip. Yeah. They like brought the Crocs for me because every time we had to change shoes for the outfit, it was annoying to walk around in the costume shoes they had. So, and also would have destroyed the shoes more. So I didn't bother. I think I already showed you guys this time lapse. And you guys saw this already, so we're good. Oh, I think this is where we were coming out and you could see the wedding shoot.
Couple shoot.
Isn't that cute? And they have like the tuilian and everything on both sides.
Wow.
It's really cute. I'm happy for them. Okay, this is the clip I posted on Twitter. So you guys should have already seen this. That's it. How was that? I guess I'll try to edit some shorts. I can't promise anything, but I'm trying to decide if I have energy to edit one more photo. I think I'm good. I think I'm done. I think I will edit these on my own time. I have 2 post-it notes worth of like photos I want to edit now. Should I do one more? I'm being really indecisive. 573, 6573. We can edit one that they didn't edit, so we don't have a comparison. 6734. I think that's one of the mirror ones. Let's do one of the mirror ones because you guys seem to like those photos. I do too. I was very happy with those. Where is it? If I can find it. I thought it was after the... Oh, perfect. Okay, we did find it. We found it. So it's this photo. Wait, no. We voted eyes open. We voted eyes open. So this one. All right, let's go. This is just kind of dark overall. So I guess let's lift all of the exposure and see what happens. Take down the highlights, bring up the shadows. But I think the high contrast vibe is what makes this good, actually. I just want to make sure it's still bright enough to be visible. I think that's fine. We'll take the temperature down. It's a little bit too yellow for my tastes. Okay. Oh, I'm being so indecisive about how bright to make this. Hum. 。 It'll be fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, yeah. I'm like, how far can I push this D-yellow situation? I think I overdid it. I think I overdid it. I think I overdid it. Hold on. Okay, I think that feels a little better to me. Okay, cool. First up, skin edits. Just get my eye bags out of there. And this side also. There's a bit of sparkle here. I don't know why. I think that's pretty solid. Bit of stray hairs. Some weirdness around the hairline. Okay. I probably should have left this hair well alone. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. That's fine. Okay. Good colors. Thank you for the encouragement. Okay. I actually will probably not touch my face shape at all. I might nudge the hair shape a bit. Let's mess with it. So first off, I'm gonna tighten the collar in just a touch. And also on this side. And also so it's not lumping here. And also over here. Are there lines in the back I need to care about? Not that much. Just my back isn't quite so rounded. And then this is the hair poof. I kind of wanted to tuck in a little bit more. If we bring in my hairline a bit, I think the hair will still look poofy after. But there was kind of too much going on back here. Okay. Solid. Solid. Is that my bare feet in the corner? No, I'm wearing shoes. I'm wearing shoes. Okay. Unfortunately, this I can't do much about because of the cup. Actually, maybe I can get away with this. This isn't that bad. Nobody really can see the shape of the cup right now. Okay. I think that's pretty good for subtle body edits. It feels more balanced now and less hunchbacky. Perhaps more hunchbacky. Let me go in one more time. I know, the hazy filter. So how the photographer did this hazy filter was, I was watching this man. He had black tulle and he just put the black tulle over the lens and he just held it like this, like cupped it over and held it. And it like made this really creamy haze that I did not expect a black filter to be able to do. I don't really know how to handle this, to be honest. Maybe I should have had them edit this one. I feel like my knowledge of anatomy isn't quite what it needs to be. Okay. So far, so good. Is that too unhunched? What's the difference? I think that's okay. I think that's fine. I think I can get away with that. Okay. Black tulle. Tulle, like Tulle. It's a type of fabric. It's like a black sheer netting type fabric. And then he just like cupped it over the lens. Yeah. Okay, what else? Is there anything else bothering me? No, actually, I think this is fine as is. So then it's colors. Honestly, I think the colors are beautiful as they are, but let's play with it a bit. So thinking back again to the whole like what vibe am I trying to give off the discussion we were having earlier about like how to approach color and lighting edits. This one is supposed to be like a little seductive, a little threatening, a little sultry. And also that like throwback vibe. So sepia I think is pretty obvious, but in this case, because it's already so yellow, I might try to put in I think we'll just have to experiment. I don't really know what to expect. Maybe some purples. I think it's missing a bit of like palette diversity. Let's see how this goes. Give your flat face less flatness on the right. Oh, you're so right. I should probably do that. We can try some blues. Let me do this. Then it's a good thing I brightened it. Yeah, actually, I like the blue-green effect. Oops, didn't mean to do that. It feels a little... It's taking the edge off the redness. Like, look at if I toggle it. The way it's aggressively pink and red, those things I was trying to kill in the color edits, I think the gradient filter with a blue teal kind of tint helps cancel out a lot of it. Flat face contributes to threatening danger. Hold on, let me reliquify. Just round this out a bit. Tilt this up a bit. This is too much. What can I do? The most I can do is... I think that's the best I got, guys. I don't think I can do any better than that. Anything more and it's gonna be too much. Okay, I think that's fine. And then the whole thing, you know how I wanted to preserve that like kind of dark overall like low-key feeling? I think the blue-green is helping me do that really well. So I think this is it. The only things are, there are some slight brightnesses in the corners here that I think are pulling the eye away from this bright part. So I'm gonna try to fake vignette it real fast. So let's do this. Wait, I need it to be softer than that. And then a little bit over here. Okay, and then we'll do darken. Oh, I didn't need to darken filter that. I'm an idiot. I don't know if darker color will help actually. Hold on. I need to... Wait, hold on. There was a better way to do this. We'll do this and do a mask instead. Oh, pitch. Okay. Okay. It doesn't need to be like dramatically darker. I just need to offset it a little bit so there's fewer things pulling the eye away. So it's not as bright. I think this is fine. The other option is to crop them out. I don't think I'm down for that, but let me check what that would look like. I don't like that it, well, actually, it's maybe not a bad thing that it's taking out more of my ear over here, because that was also a little distracting. So maybe we'll just go with crop technique then. Is that working? No, it's introducing other problems. I think the original composition was still best. I'm gonna keep it like this. I just thought you were trying someone who looks suspiciously like you. Yeah, I think that's part of the problem with this shot is that it's not visibly a mirror. It's me. I'm the gorilla in the forest charging the mirror. I think that's why I wanted to pair it with this photo actually, is because I think in this photo, it's a lot more obviously a mirror because you can see the edge of it down here. So maybe I will edit them as a pair. I mean, I already applied the color edits to the other one. I can just copy paste them. So I think it'll be okay. We'll just try to mimic from memory because I'm too lazy to copy paste. I think that'll do. Yeah, so I think if we pair these two together, it'll work out better. The only thing is now I have to redo all my liquify and skin edits, which, you know what? Oh, not lens correction. They'll look so good paired, I know. I think if it's very exciting. Okay, so trying to keep the edits consistent now that they're in a pair. That's part of the challenge of a pair edit. I think I took in this area a lot. Really want to unhunch my back. Is that going too far? That went a little bit too far. Come back out. Still want it to feel natural. I think I tucked the throat in a little too. Okay. And then, of course, my forehead. Okay. Okay. I think I'm okay with this. Let's copy the gradient map over. Oh, yeah. Not what I meant to do. Okay, so do they feel consistent now in color? No, actually, this one's a lot warmer. How similar were the original two? Very. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna swallow. This is what I get for trying to skip some steps. We're gonna start over. I'm gonna reopen both of these. This time I'm going to copy. Oh, I'm always Photoshop only for editing, personally. Paste, edit settings, open. Okay, now I won't have the same problem as last time. Fucking, thank God. Now they're more consistent. Okay, okay. That's what I get for trying to skip steps. That's on me. I think Lightroom is really good for when you want to do batch processing. I usually will use Lightroom if I like shot for an event and I need to batch process a whole bunch of things and have them have consistent lighting. But if it's just one-off photos that maybe aren't meant to be in a set, I prefer Photoshop because I find that I have higher or finer grain control over like things like skin and face and posture edits. Like Liquify is just easier. I feel a lot more limited in terms of like the fine-grained parts on Lightroom personally. I didn't even know there were entire photography communities out there where people like share their photography streams. I think I need to be watching more. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Hold on. I think this can be taken down. This can be taken out. The shape of my arm is like, it literally is just shaped like this, but it looks unnatural. So I'm trying to find some way to make it look less unnatural. That's just how it looks. Okay, it's fine. Let's take a look at how they look paired. This one and this one, this one, this one, this one. I think I need to deepen the blacks on this just a moment. Oh yeah, wrong way. Okay, how do they look together? Yeah, I think that's pretty consistent. Let's do some skin edits. Lightroom large general edits, Photoshop specific edits. Exactly, exactly. And because I don't batch process my photos a lot, I'm not really an event photographer. And even when I do cosplay photos, I don't shoot them as a set usually. It's not my style personally. So each photo is kind of a standalone photo. And for that reason, I just don't, wait, I don't really need skin edits on this one. What? It's like the blur filter he used just naturally took away all of the skin issues. It's pretty funny. I feel like I'm making it worse now by trying to fix it. Yeah, let's redo that. Okay. A little bit around my chin. I was having a breakout from my mask that I wore on the airplane there to Shanghai. All right, I think that's pretty solid. I think I'm okay with that. The old black tool skincare routine. You know it. You know it. I think they look pretty consistent. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's have them as a duo. Cool. I'm gonna save it. Export. Save. And then this one also. I'm convinced photographers are magicians. It certainly feels that way sometimes. All right, guys, can you think of a clever caption for me? Let's tweet it right now. I'm very excited about this photo set. If we tweet it right now, what will it say? Thinking cap. My brain immediately was like, oh, you're approaching me? But it's not good. I know what you did last summer. All my witticisms escaped me. I know, this is the whole thing about like posting on social media is always like, Suddenly, I don't have a brain. You know what? Sometimes you don't have to caption. Sometimes you can just eye, mouth, eye and be okay. Right? With a little wine glass. Hold on. Like this. I'm a genius. I think this is perfect. Are you going to admit what you did? I can wait. We're posting it, fam. Just edited these live on stream. Thank you, everyone, for your emotional support. Someday before I die, I will edit the mini vlog that went with these. For this shoot. But until then, please take the studio's 小红书 link. I loved working with them. They were so professional. Okay, where did I put the 小红书 link? I lost it. Here, maybe instead of 小红书 link, I'll take the trip.com or C-Trip link. I guess we will have to cut out the last sentence. Okay. Nice. Another meaning to the word live tweet is to tweet while live. How are there 6 replies out of 5? I'm one of them. Okay. That's great. We're doing great. That was fun. Thanks guys for joining me. Let's go raid someone. Hope you guys had fun. Hope that was a fun behind the scenes look at everything, given the fact that I haven't made the damn vlog yet. It wasn't meant to be a productive trip. I just wanted to have fun. I'm glad I managed to get this done in time during my very limited time in Shanghai, but yeah. All right, who am I rating? Ooh, Issa's doing music. Oh, Alka's doing a Star Wars stream? I don't often get to raid Alka. All right, I miss Alka so much. We're gonna raid Alka. I'm a big Alka fan. Oh my god, they have a little like plushie on their arm. All right. If y'all don't know Alka, I think she uses she/her pronouns. She is a really cool VTuber with a really calming and like cool voice also. I don't know if you guys have noticed, every time we raid a VTuber, I'm like, I like them because they have a cool voice. I'm a big voice simp. Please say hi to Alka for me. I will see you guys next week with, hopefully I will have a bit of a plan for my 3rd anniversary stream. I think we should bake a cake together. I think that's what I'm hoping for. So stay tuned as usual on the Discord channel if you want deets on what the celebration streams will be. Probably it'll be next weekend. And we'll add in maybe a Star Rail catch-up stream this week. I haven't decided yet. Either that or I'm going to work on my Ita bag. I'm a fucking genius, guys. I came up with the most incredibly smart way to put... I bought a bunch of like really hard, like high-quality top loaders. I'm going to put like the Polaroid OnStars prints in them and then punch holes in the corners and use locking pin backs and posts to put them on my Ita bag because I'm a genius. But I don't know if I'll do that on stream. If I do, you'll see it Wednesday. Anyway... Stay tuned for stream announcements for next week, and whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, have a wonderful time of day. Thank you for joining me for this editing stream. I hope you had just as good of a time as I did, an informative and chill time. That was my goal, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Bye!